think John Carpenter doesn't get enough credit for
Oh,
just
yeah.
his anthology.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
The thing will get added to the list. What's going on,
There's
guys?
so much-
Happy Friday, and welcome to the Collectors Club.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. What's today? May 23rd. Club doors are open. Episode 168. We're getting old, man. We're getting up there. I hope everyone had a great work week, kicking it off, leaving the shoes at the door, and having a good time tonight. Ken, what's going on, man?
Hey, John.
What's
Doing
going on?
good. Good week. I had an office day today that turned into a moving my whole room around and rearranging stuff. It's crazy how when you get this idea that you want to make a change, and then you make another change, and that creates another change. So it was a pretty interesting day. All because my daughter stopped up and she's like, your cable machine shouldn't be here. It should be over there. And Maestro should be here. And I think it'd look a lot better to streamline it. I'm like, I work at it, moving all that stuff. I said, Maestro on that cabinet weighs like 500 pounds. I said, get out of here. So when she left, it just started like sinking in me, like, oh my God. So I spent the next 3 hours moving everything around and getting it streamlined. But it's nice. It was a nice change. Now when I come in my back door and in my gym area, I can see the back of Maestro. I see a 360 now of the whole thing, but she was right. So I had to let her know that.
Well, you're not supposed to let her know she's right, but that's fine.
Yeah, she always knows she's right. That's my oldest daughter, the one that, she can spit out zingers faster than I can comprehend them.
She must take after dad then.
Yeah, the younger dad.
Yeah. Glad you could make it, man. Always good to see you.
Thanks.
D-Rock, happy Friday, man. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just been busy. So I'm glad I could actually come on. It's been a while. I'm kind of out of the loop. I haven't really been keeping up with anything on statues or even Facebook for that matter. So I've just been busy.
I haven't missed too much. It hasn't been too crazy. A couple releases here and there, but nothing. It's been quiet the last couple weeks, to be honest. Nothing too crazy.
Okay. I was selling a few statues, and I had one thing I wanted to bring up that I ran into with the J&D with my Superman.
Yeah.
So I was selling it. I had it boxed up. The guy asked me for some more pictures of it, so I pulled it out, take some more pictures. And I had noticed that on the snow, on the base, it's got that snow texture.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a chalky paint, whatever they use for that texture, almost like popcorn ceiling type stuff, but much smaller. I remembered there being like a little dark spot on it, and I don't know what it was from. And so when I took it out, I was like, yeah, that dark spot's still there. I thought I'd cleaned it off. I was like, let me clean this off real quick. Soon as I went to just touch it, that stuff started flaking off. Ended up coming off in like a dime sized circle.
Oh,
and so like it just kind of like ruined the base just trying to clean it. So that stuff, if anybody has that statue, that stuff is you can't.
You don't want to touch it.
Hardly touch it with anything. So if you get anything on that super white snow, I don't know how you're going to clean it. Like it's your SOL. Because as soon as I started to try to clean it at all, just like very gently.
What did you use? Like
I don't know. No, it was. I was trying to use like a little dry brush at first, like a soft brush.
Mm-hmm.
And as I started brushing it, it just started kind of flaking. And so I don't know if it's just humidity in my garage or the air or whatever, just in general, like it can't handle that at all. Because maybe it had already had some dampness in it. Because as soon as I started, it was like, it just came, like I said, it came off in like a flat, like real thin paint. If you've ever seen it flake off on a car or something, that's what it looked like. Except on the top where the texture is, it's got that like popcorny texture. It's kind of chalky, so it's not like a gloss, It's a very flat paint they use for that
Yeah.
because they don't want a lot of light reflecting off that white. They want it to be, you know, maybe it's a satin. I would say maybe closer to a satin, not quite flat, but it's hard to clean. So be careful because I don't know what I'm going to do to fix it. But
well, thanks for the heads up. I think that Catwoman has that snow too, so that's coming.
Yeah, be careful if you get it. Be careful. Like, I wouldn't touch it with anything except gloves. And if you have to clean it, I'm not sure what you're gonna do. But if somebody finds a way, let me know if I ever have to do it again. But I'm gonna have to try to get it fixed. But I just don't know how. Because that texture, it's like, how are you gonna repeat it?
Get some of that spray stuff from the Christmas time.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, the texture is okay. So they didn't like do the texture underneath and then paint over it, and it just painted onto the texture.
No, they did.
They blew
something on it.
So when it came off, you lost the texture in that area. So it's just kind of like a clear resin underneath kind of thing.
Even if you touch it up with white or something.
Yeah, but it just, like with J&D, like, it kills the.
Oh yeah, well,
like everybody wants something like completely perfect and stuff. So it's like
maybe try reaching out to them and see if they.
I think I'll just keep it.
Any recommendations?
I think I'll just keep it. Yeah, I probably will, but I'm not sure. Anyway,
well, glad you can make it, man.
Thanks
Good to see you. I know it's been a while, busy with work, but glad you could be here. And speaking about not being here for a while, Matt, great to have you, man. How's it going? How you doing?
Doing all right, man. Thanks for having me on. It's been a minute. Friday, holiday weekend, right?
Yeah, you guys have a holiday this weekend. That's right. What's the holiday again?
Yeah, Memorial weekend, right? Memorial Day is Monday.
Yeah, we had ours last weekend, so it's your turn. Awesome, fair enough.
Yeah.
So you guys should be a lot more excited. Like, hello, you should be jumping off the walls here. Let's see how the chat's doing. I'm trying this new thing because StreamYard has it where you can put the chat in the actual show, which is, I think that's really smart.
Oh, I see that now.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, I thought it was me.
That's
interesting. Like, oh man, am I broadcasting something? I didn't know what I was
doing.
You
just have to be careful in your layout. With 4 people, you could play with the layout. It just, you don't want it to cover anybody, but I think if one other person comes in, it should fix the issue. It's pretty cool. But kicking it off, Toy Mafia. Yeah, see, if another person came in here, it would just push it off to the side. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. We got Theo in the house. Happy Saturday from across the pond. Hope you're doing well, man. What's that thing you used to say in Greek? I forgot. He used to have a saying in Greek. He stopped doing it. Random. Happy Friday, man. Great to see you. Bats in the Belfry. Hope you're doing well. We got Michael. What's going on, guys? Happy Friday, Ledge. Hope you're doing well. Norman. Great to see you. Gamoya in the house. What's going on, Gamoya? We got Paul Schreiber. Paul, hope you're doing well. You and the family. It's been a while. Who else is in the house here? Walton stopping by. J&D is supposed to be the best, right? Hey. Damiano. Walton already wants to start trouble. It's been 3 minutes. Mr. Popo. What's going on, brother? Cypher's here. What's going on, Cypher? And we have Angel stopping by. Good to see Angel. Hope you're doing well, man. Comic Galaxy. Atticus. Everyone's coming out tonight. And I think that's it for now. Good stuff. We got some stuff to talk about. Like I said, some of the guys are coming in. Alan's supposed to stop by afterwards, and hopefully Buck and some of the other guys will stop by. But everyone's busy. Long weekend, I understand. So we're gonna kick back, relax, just talk about some collectibles. I did want to do kind of not an icebreaker because God, we're episode 168. We've broken enough ice, but just a little rapid fire. Some rapid fire questions. Thought we were gonna have a short panel today. Thought some rapid fire questions to get us warmed up would be kind of fun. See how it goes. You guys down for it?
I don't even know what that is. What is it?
Right? That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I'm just going to shoot you
throw it out there.
You just got to answer them. I don't want to pause you. I'm going to call your name. I'll shoot you a question. Boom. You answer it. Don't worry. It's not going to be like, when was your first kiss? Like, it's going to be, relating to collectibles, okay?
Okay.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Come on.
Love that movie.
Man.
Classic.
Now.
Answer the question.
Answer
Yeah.
Here you go. Panel intervention. That's right. No, first question I'm going to ask you. I'm going to kick it off with Ken. Ken, what would your childhood self think of your collection today?
My childhood self would think that I went to heaven. I died and went to heaven, and this was it. Literally, this is. I mean, like most of us, this is the inner me. Everything you're seeing is the inner me. So yeah, if I saw this like at the age of 8, I think I died and this was heaven.
Can you imagine at the age of 8 watching Godzilla or whatever? I don't know the timeline it came out when you first watched it, but watching it and then walking into a room like that.
I mean, think about this. I used to make I had the models that I showed some time ago that my grandfather gave to me, and they were made in the 60s. But I used to make paper cutouts of Godzilla and King Kong and Lost in Space Robot because you didn't have them then. So I'd make paper cutouts of everything and play with them, and that was it. So to see something like this, yep, heaven.
Okay, fair enough. How about you, Matt? What would your childhood self think of your collection today?
Oh, same thing. Same thing. Same exact thing. Yeah. I think it'd be cool. Be awesome.
All the nostalgia.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And D-Rock, imagine being a little kid and you walk in and see that LBS Hulk.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like he might be a little disappointed that I don't have more Hulk.
Really?
That probably might be, yeah. Because I was such a huge Hulk fan as a little kid. All joking aside, though, yeah, it would just be like kind of like I was when I first started collecting in general, and I was nowhere near a kid, obviously, and it was amazing then because it was like I didn't even know this was a thing. It's like a full 3D large scale representation of something that you have a connection to and love, whether it's the art aspect or the character itself or whatever. Yeah, it's like I don't know how a kid would even if they had a character they loved and saw this huge like I was saying to Ken, like I was saying to Ken earlier, my first Godzilla movie was the Mecha Godzilla versus Godzilla on VHS tape, and it's like if I was a kid and had seen that tape and then the next day walked into like a comic shop and saw that,
that's exactly
it would be like, oh my god, dude, you would like go crazy. You would be like, what, that's a thing? And it would be, as a kid, everything's bigger anyway. Yeah. So if you were like 7 or 8 and saw that, you would think it was like the biggest thing ever. It'd be amazing. So yeah, I don't even know. You'd probably pass out if you walked in one of these statue rooms as a little kid. Nosebleed.
Jerry, good to see you.
How about you, John?
Happy Friday. E-Man, what's going on? I don't know, man. I would freak. I'll tie it to like I was just imagining going to do like the weekly. I used to go on like weekly comic runs with my dad, and pick up the latest Detective Comics or the Batman run. But I was bad. Like I wouldn't read them. I'd put them in the plastic and store them. Like I still have them all exactly the way they were back in the 90s. Like not open. And I could just imagine going for that run, seeing the covers, and then coming and seeing a Batman collection like this. I don't know, man. Have all the friends over, that's for sure. You'd be the coolest kid in school.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't invite my friends because they'd be touching my statues.
One at a time. And not only that, you charge them. You charge them to come, and there's an admission fee. But yeah, man, that would be something. Or like you said, watching your favorite movie and then being able to come down to a space and have that representation of the character there to enjoy it would be unbelievable. So, I think that's why we all collect a little bit, really, is to kind of go back and grab some of that nostalgia and kind of put it in a little corner. And when you come down or wherever you go into your collection space, you look at it, you kind of relate to it. That's how I do it, collect at least.
You know, when a lot of us do this for the same reason, I know, but and some people buy these things and move them a lot, sell them and that. Mm-hmm. So I don't really sell anything. I mean, I have a couple pieces that I'm trying to sell or may want to sell, but very small compared to what I have. But you know, like part of my collecting is we talked about this, the hunt and wanting these pieces. So every piece I buy, I don't fall into the FOMO. I think about it. I'm like, man, I like that piece. So there's an attachment immediately to it, which allows me to buy this piece. So when I see my collections, I mean, I get that same like feeling that like the first time I got that statue. It just it's something like it's not getting old for me at all. None of it's getting old. That's why it keeps growing, of course. And then I do little things with artwork or move things around or switch portraits or move statues around to keep it interesting. But it's a kind of hobby for me that is just a big payback. Like it's not, it's expensive and it's a pain in the ass with boxes and displaying them and you're on your own. Like there's no one, there's like I have one friend that gets into these, but for the most part, no one. They're like, dude, what are you doing? This is
just
insane.
us. It's just us.
Yeah, it's a small community. Like you're kind of alone in this, but still, when I walk into my home in my man cave or my gym or my office, I get that same just an exhilarating feeling that I hope never goes away because this stuff's pretty cool.
Hell yeah! Let's read some of the comments. E-Man in the house, what's going on? Gamoya saying, "My kid self would we hit the lottery just seeing all the statues I have now?"
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Walton saying, "My dumbass threw Optimus Prime when I couldn't get it to transform. So by no means would I trust myself prior to 10 years of age." Jeez. Graded, what's going on, man? Happy Friday. Kid self would probably say, "Dang, you made it. Are we rich?" Yeah.
Yeah, that Optimus Prime comment hits me really hard because I've been really thinking about old toys I used to have lately.
Oh, yes.
And like kind of like I had a transformable Optimus like Generation 1 with the transforming battle station or whatever. That was his trailer. And I had like a bunch of Thundercat stuff or whatever, and it's like, should I try to find that stuff again? I don't know. But I think about it.
Yeah.
So
I've been it's in that boat trying to track the toys.
mm-hmm.
Oh man, I could do a whole show just on that.
Yeah,
that might be actually a good idea, a good topic.
Well, there's a couple of like toy and collectible shows that are coming to within like a couple hours of me, hour and a half of me this year, and I think I'm gonna go to one just to see if some of that stuff's there. Like not even to buy it, just to see it again. Like because they might display some of these like things that I remember having. But yeah.
So if I go way back, and Matt can probably he may even remember this, but like some of the toys I had that were like just truly amazing that my parents actually gave away, not knowing how much money they would be worth. But back in the day when Planet of the Apes, original Planet of the Apes series, they made all the dolls. They made the huts. They made everything.
Everything.
And I one year between my grandparents and everyone that bought me Christmas presents, everybody went all in on the Planet of the Apes for me. So I had everything, like the Dr. Zaius and all everything. And they were, I mean, they were amazing pieces. And at the same time, right before that, I had all the G.I. Joe's dolls with the lockers and they had the facial hair and all that kind of stuff. Those things are worth gobs of money right now if you still had that stuff. And my parents, when I was in college, my dad was cleaning out the attic. And I know where I get it from. He'll never need this stuff again. And he gave it all to my aunt, which I'm sure probably sold it and bought like a big house or something with it. Because there was so much. It was, and I kept everything pristine. Like my brother was a train wreck with his toys. So I'd beat his ass if he touched my stuff. So my stuff was real nice and his stuff was a mess. And they gave all my stuff away. And guess whose stuff didn't get given away because it was crappy? My brother's.
Yeah. I think we've all been through some sort of some sort of point where that's gone on. Something being given away or a garage sale or
Dude, those are probably from the 70s. That stuff easily from the 70s. I was probably 6, 7 years old, early 70s.
I just say we grab a DeLorean, go to the Twin Pines parking lot, and drive 88 miles per hour, and go back and try to save what we can.
It's the Lone Pine ball now.
I still have my Captain America action figure, or the one, like you said, that doll. The one, it was the same one the kid had in the Will Smith movie, Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have it, actually. I still have it in the box.
See, okay, let me read Rocket Punch's comment. What's going on, Rocket Punch? Happy Friday, man. Kid Self, nice painted rocks, but what the hell did you do with the SNES? Tony Stay Frosty, happy Friday, man. Good to see you. Theo saying still got all my old toys from the 90s. That's why I didn't keep anything. I'm not gonna blame my parents, but that's why now with my kid, I'm really bad. Like, he'll get toys, and my daughter too, for that matter. They'll get toys, and I will literally just take them and hide them in the closet where they don't just stay in the packaging. I've been really bad. My wife looks at me like, "Are you kidding me right now? They're kids." Like I set up their room with on his wall. He has what's it, Hasbro or whatever it is, those little figures, carded and everything, some Hot Wheel cars, and he looks at them, and I'm like, "Nope, not today. Not opening them today. They're just there on the wall." Because it was, I don't know, I didn't really get to save anything. I got a few things here and there, but
there's so many good memories playing with this stuff there. Like when I think back, like now, when you're thinking about it different as an adult, you're like, man, I wish I would have not played with them or kept them in a box. But man, I've got amazing memories of playing with this stuff as a kid. That helped develop you all the way through. You know. Of course.
Yeah.
And let me ask you a question. Do you guys think that stuff like that will still hold value, say 30, 40 years from now?
Not everything. I don't think everything will.
I mean, I think stuff's
I think like the stuff that originated some of the stuff will stay. Like I think the comics themselves will probably keep value or continue to raise value incrementally, not specifically like a lot, but they'll always have some value. But I'm not sure if toys will.
Everything
it depends on if they're like an original thing, like a Barbie.
Everything's been remade.
Some kind of value. Yeah.
Well, that's true, but also just the way that the new generations are coming up, I think there's more value in non-tangible things, right?
Like, I think so too. Yeah, you're right on.
Look at stamps. Yeah. Remember, stamp collecting was a big thing, right? Coin collecting.
Mm-hmm. What's a stamp?
It's not worth that much nowadays anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know if younger generations collect anything.
Right. Well, they could care less. They're like, why would I want my great grandma's antique armoire? That's worth.
They don't.
A certain amount of money. Now it's just a big clunk of wood sitting in my way.
Do you think it's our job as parents to kind of instill that into the kids?
It won't matter. It's not. Yeah. It's the way I guess the world is, or the new generations coming up. I don't think it has to do with that. It just has to do with the way that they value things. The way the new generation values things is completely different from the way that we did as far as collecting goes.
Well, I didn't say, Matt, that they get a choice. It's obviously has to be forceful.
You have to have them sign a blood contract that they'll never sell.
You're gonna like Batman.
This thing we're giving to them. Yeah.
You're gonna like Affleck.
What will probably happen is if you have memories with them, with something that you're leaving them or something like collectible that you have, they'll keep it for that reason. Kind of like if you had like a dad or something that took you in a specific car that he had that you remember, and then he passed it down to you, you're gonna have it. Probably because as a kid you thought it was a cool car because it was your dad's car. It's cool, but it's that sentimental value that you have to kind of instill it, because product like now, see, this kind of started in the 70s or 80s when product, maybe it started with Barbie, but it really took off in the 80s with toys, where it was like we're trying to sell a bunch of stuff, and to us it's super nostalgic. At least me, for my generation, it's super nostalgic. Like some of those toys from back then, like I said, Thundercats and stuff like that. But I think that consumerism type thing has flipped a little bit now, where those things aren't as valuable, like Matt was saying, to like younger generations. They're kind of hip to the sales as it was. Like they don't buy into shit as easy. They're very, well, first off, they got to really protect their money now, because it's really hard to
that's true.
Fucking buy anything. So
that's true.
Their whole thing is like, I can't even get a house. Am I going to collect stuff? No. So it's like, it's getting harder to do certain things. And I think that's changing perspective on what they can put their money into. Collectibles would be like the 100 and something item down the list. Yeah, it'd be like I don't have the ability to do that. Hell, they're not even getting married anymore. Like they're not doing anything.
Yeah, right away or having kids.
Think about TV. Go ahead, Matt.
I also think there's more value in experience than items. Like, for example, you say, $1,000 for a statue. I could get a plane to England, for a week. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can go on vacation, or I can go on a cruise, or I can do, something else that's going to be memorable for me, then.
Well, that's what it is. It's all traveling nowadays. That's the whole how they get the excitement on. Yeah. Alan, how you doing, man? Happy Friday.
Hey guys, good to be here. Thanks.
Good to see you. I'm going to go through a few of these comments, and I'm going to ask Alan that question, and we'll move on to the next one. Resident Ronan says, it's pretty cool. I have the Big Game Predator comic from a kid and never thought I'd own that comic art in statue form. One of my favorite pieces I own. I have the comic I had as a kid displayed by it. That's badass. Cool. That's awesome. Mr. Popo saying...
See, that's the thing I'm missing is like some comic covers and stuff I remember that I really love that I went and repurchased now that I got my comic collection back. I really need some stuff that matches that. That's what I'm kind of missing, but I don't know if I'll ever get it.
Well, that's true too. So what Tony was saying in regards to like not having the kind of money to buy all the toys and stuff, and it's like I think that even made it worse as an adult, because when you become an adult, it's like I have the money now. You try to get everything
right
that you wanted as a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Graded. My daughter sees my collection too, and how I take care of it. I could see her interest in it too. What's going on, Rob? Good to see you. Happy Friday. They didn't grow up with baseball cards. That's where it starts for a lot of people who were kids in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Not wrong. What's going on, Marcos?
Hey, but think about the commercials back then. So when you were a kid watching TV, toy commercial, all these neat. I mean, I hardly watch regular TV, but when I do, you don't see those kind of commercials, even around the holidays. I mean, you hardly see anything like that.
It's crazy you mention that because...
It's all digital. It's because everything's digital.
It's absolutely crazy you mention that. I was scrolling on Instagram, and this week, I think it was yesterday actually, and DC is launching their new toys for the Superman movie. And they made a commercial like that, Ken. Like back in the day. I was
like playing with it.
Exactly. I was like, wow, this is awesome.
And they have like a set that looks like a scene from the movie, and they're playing with it.
And they're playing with the toy and actually showing it. And I was like, wow, this is pretty badass. So, Alan, we were kicking it off. I was trying something different. I was doing like a rapid fire question period. We got through one question, which is good. I'm going to ask you the question, then we'll move on to the next. We're not going to do too many, just to get warmed up. Hope you guys are enjoying this in the chat as well. But the question, Alan, was, what would your childhood self think of your collection today?
Oh my God. My childhood self would say, what the hell? Where did you get all that money?
How much work? What did you have to work for?
Yeah, what the hell? Where did you get all this stuff? That's probably the first reaction. And the second reaction would be, man, this is really cool. I wish I could have this now.
Heck yeah. You'd have to hide Slan, though.
No, not my younger self.
No, okay. All right, let's go with the next one. Okay, this one's kind of... would you rather find a rare item in perfect condition or get 5 items you've wanted forever but slightly damaged?
That's easy. 5 items that I've wanted.
Okay.
Because to me it's more about, well, like, it's about the art. It's also some of the like we were talking about a minute ago. I've lost the word, but that nostalgia.
Yeah.
Some of it's that, but some of it's also like I still like. Well, there's a couple things like with comics. Comics taught me to read. Like, people don't think about stuff like that either. Like there's like this stuff kind of taught you stuff too. And I'm not saying toys and stuff necessarily teach you stuff, but the comics taught me to read. Like, I learned how to read really well and be like far ahead of a lot of my classmates with reading ability and stuff because I was reading comics all the time. So I'm constantly reading. No matter what it is, I'm reading. I'm reading, third person stories all the time, as you might as well be reading books. So it's like things like that. I kind of, and then the art. I was always into certain, artists and certain, like, you start developing, even if you're really young, you start developing like a like for specific artists and stuff. So it was just, I don't know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would definitely do the ones that, I mean, it's okay if they're not perfect shape. A lot of comics I have aren't in perfect shape. I don't collect all 9.8. graded stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. Ken, if you could check the private chat, or if you can't make it, do you have the volume on by any chance? I'm getting a little echo.
From me?
Yeah.
Uh,
How about you, Matt? Would you rather a rare item or 5 items you've been wanting forever but slightly damaged?
Is the rare item something that I've always wanted to, or is just a rare random item?
I would say just a rare random item.
I'm with the 5 I've always wanted.
Okay. The slight damage, you touch it up, get it fixed, or just even leave it as it is, depending on what it is. Okay.
I mean, let's equate that to statues. There's some rare statues that are really cool and rare, but would I want that piece, or would I want 5 that I really wanted? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Fair enough. Anyone else on this one? All right, we can move on. Let's do one more. Let's see. I kind of like these for a warm-up. Gets everyone's juiced up. Have you ever traded or sold something that you regretted later? I'll start with Alan because he's laughing. He must have a story there.
More often than I'd like to admit.
Okay.
Yeah, once in a while I get a wild hair. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really need this particular piece. Meanwhile, I've never even taken it out of the box. It's brand new. And I'm like, yeah, I'll never look at it or display it or whatever. And I go ahead and sell it, and I list it like a dumbass for way, way less than it's actually worth. And I get like 50 messages within 5 minutes. So that's the first indicator that, oh man, I really screwed up. I priced it way too low. And I'm like, well, I have to commit. The guy, I can't back out at this point. So I go ahead and sell it. And all night, it's just like my guts are just turning over. Like, why the
like a washing
did I sell that damn thing for that price? And then the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? I could have kept that piece and displayed it with these 2 other ones that I have. It would have made a great threesome. Would have looked really good together. Wow. And the next day, the first thing I do is I go on eBay, I find the damn thing, and I buy it. And I found another one brand new in the box, and it cost me twice as much. But it bothered me. It bothered me that much that I sold the damn thing. And now that I have it back, I will never, ever sell it.
What piece, if you don't mind asking?
Yeah, it was an XM Studio, the very first Alien Warrior.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Which is a really good piece. That has he's standing on an.
Yeah, he's stepping on the other one's head.
Right. Yeah.
What's
going on? What's going on, Jose? Good to see you. Happy Friday. He says my ex. Wow. Good night, guys. Jesus. Statue Kingdom, what's going on? We got Marlenoid. Happy Friday, guys. Anyone else?
I didn't sell anything, but I gave away comics that were worth a lot of money right now. To me and my buddies to trade comics.
Mm.
And I had the original one with Wolverine in it, the first like 181, 182 or whatever. A bunch of good early comics. It just didn't know as a kid. We used to draw in them and exchange them, and
well, that's what made them so the rarity there, right? Everyone know back pocket used to roll it up, back pocket, and
yeah.
Cut them out. I think Superman, first appearance of Superman, if I'm not mistaken, one of the big comics was an advertisement. If you cut something out and you sent it in, you got something back, and that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that Wolverine, that Hulk 181 is like that. It has a cutout coupon in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people did cut it out and send it in. So
because my comics, I have my original comics, and they go up almost to, I go up to about 179, and then it skips to like 185. And get traded because I was like, who's this Wolverine? This is stupid. I don't like this guy. Think about that.
So was this question about something you gave away or sold?
This question
that you wish you had back? Sorry, I had to
no
get my dog.
It was something that you sold that you regretted later.
Okay.
That you've traded or sold that you regretted later.
All right, two things. One, real quick, because we're on statues. I'm still gonna get, because I did sell and I want it back. Not that specific one, but a one, the OG Sideshow Hulk.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it back because that's pretty much the perfect representation of Kirby Hulk, and I don't think there'll ever be a better one.
I want that one too.
It's just it just goes.
It's
really
a piece
well
of history, man. It's a piece of history.
It's that too, but it's also done as good as it can. Like there's not like the pose is amazing, the sculpt is amazing, the color's right.
I'm with you.
It's pretty damn near perfect every way. I like the simple basis from back then because then that puts the focus on the character more so than anything else. So the other one is the one I really want to talk about though. Is I had X-Men number 1, 1963. I actually had a graded copy of it at one point, and it was a 6.0. But it was back in the original like CGC grading days when they were young and had the totally different cases. They were thinner and stuff. And I sold it in college because I needed money. My job wasn't paying enough. I was trying to not have a bunch of college bills when I got out, so I ended up selling a lot of my comics. I sold my whole Wolverine collection, but I sold that comic, and I wish I had just found a way to get that money without selling that one and kept that one, because it took me a long time to save up the money to buy it. And I think I only had it a couple years, and then had to sell it. And I'm like, I wish I had that back, just because that was probably like my peak comic I ever had, was that X-Men number 1. But I wish I had a copy that I could read, like I could open and look at. I don't want a graded one anymore. Like I'd rather be able to experience it one time, like read through.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be the one.
How about yourself, Matt? Anything?
No, not really.
No? Okay. I'll give you a question. I want to start. I'll tell you mine actually quick, and I'll do the last question, but I want everybody to answer because this one's a tough one. Mine is actually one we're going to show. Marlenoid had a photo of it, and we'll show later. Has to be my Enter Bay Terminator figures, the quarter scale. It was around the time that Prime 1 announced that they were doing it, but didn't give us a full reveal. So I was like, maybe, it's best to kind of clear these out. I was kind of clearing up some of the figure stuff and making room for some stuff. And to this day, that's one that I'd like to get back. Okay, I will go with you, Matt, kicking this one off. I'll give you some time to think. And I would like everyone to answer this one. Again, it's a little bit tough, but if your collection had a theme song, what would it be? We'll give a few seconds there. Let's see what the chat's saying. Random says getting swooped. Jeez. Random says giving away my old Magic the Gathering cards. Those were popular. I remember those. So I'll say if your collection had a theme, maybe we don't have to make a theme song. Any song that you would attach to it, what would it be? It's a tough one. Right? It's a tough one.
Random I need a lot of prep time on this one.
A lot of prep time.
Right, okay, that's a hard one, man.
Okay, we'll keep it. Well, I'll keep it to the end of the show. Before we leave, we'll say what it is then. I won't slow up there. I'll give you some time to think. I'll give you mine. I'd say just one quick one. The first song that came to mind was Led Zeppelin, "Whole Lot of Love." That was the first song that came to mind when I read this question, or when I put this question together. So we'll see.
That's good.
Mine would be. I don't listen to regular songs ever. All my music I listen to or even trained to is movie theme songs. So all the like Lord of the Rings, Jurassic Park, anything that's a big movie, John Williams and all the big uh, guys that produce all this trailer music and all the music for the movies. But like one of the ones I keep going back to, two different movies I go back to all the time that's always in my playlist are Jurassic Park and Transformers.
Okay.
Those are always in my. So any of those songs to me is just brings like it just reminds me of, because my collections, like a lot of ours is all about beasts and robots and like superheroes. So
like listening to like the soundtracks of the film.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. The score.
Are you ready for mine?
Yes, sir.
Conan.
Okay.
I thought about that. I listen to that too. The original Conan all the time. It was in my playlist today.
Fair enough. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I see how I didn't know, Matt.
You're muted, Matt.
You're muted, Matt.
Oh, you guys didn't hear it?
No, we heard it, but we heard it afterwards.
Yeah.
D-Rock, do you have one now, or you want to wait till after?
Yeah, I don't know. I've got like too many.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I keep coming back to Free Fallin', but I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's just because it's a chill tune, and I feel chill when I'm with my collection.
No right answer if that's what it is. Yeah, hell yeah.
But I kind of also, because Ken brought up the movie themes, I do have a movie theme that I play a lot, and it's from the 2008 Hulk movie. It's that.
Oh yeah.
Very like bassy baritone horns. Intro. It's kind of sound like a Frankenstein type thing, monstery. I like that.
Okay.
That intro. It's the intro to the movie. But I like that tune too, because like my stuff's kind of, a lot of Hulk stuff and monstery and.
You may remember this, but from the animated movie, Hulk, I think it was, I can't remember if it was Hulk versus Wolverine, but Hulk was fighting Wolverine. And there's a good theme song. There's a good theme song in there that I have in my music playlist too. No, actually, I'm sorry. It was Thor. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was Thor.
That's the better one of the two for me. It was
the Thor one, because they had two of them.
That was a good one.
And the theme music from that one there when they were fighting this is incredible. So I have it in my playlist.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, that was a really good movie. Yeah. I've watched that a few times in the last couple of years. It's still good. Yeah.
Awesome. And Alan, we'll leave it with you.
Well, I don't want to drag this out. I would have to go with my favorite John Williams score from the original Reeves Superband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Good choice. We got Ferenzi saying the Austin Powers song. Yeah, baby.
Oh, behave. Oh, behave. Oh, behave.
It's amazing you had that on cue too.
Oh, yeah. You know how it is.
Wow. What are the chances?
Paul says Magnum PI. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Theo saying Batman 89 theme. Tugging on my heartstrings there, Theo. What's going on, Battle Cat? Great to see you. Happy Friday. Rob says Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. I like that, but not Grace Joe. Random says Bleach Invasion. Where's the X-Men fans? We cut them out, man.
Dark Knight has a good music in it too.
What's going on, Rick? Happy Friday, brother. Airwolf.
Wow, that takes it back, man.
Wow, that's throwback.
Tony says Aliens. Not one that I relate to the collection, but you guys were talking about scores. That Lord of the Rings score, the one they play in the intro of the movie when he's in the Shire, that always gets me, man. I love that.
That's
a bad day. You play that.
I have that as a ringtone for my brother. He's a big Lord. That's when Gandalf's coming in.
Absolutely. Love that.
Yep.
All right. Battlecat says Knight Rider.
Yeah, wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a audio book that I listen to. It's like a rip on YouTube of an audio book for Lord of the Rings. I think they have one for all 3 books. And they use some of the movie music in it, or at least it sounds like it. Sounds just like the movie music from the first movie. Man, it elevates that audiobook. I mean, the voice acting's really good too. Yeah. But it's cool because the book, has a lot more in it, and that music still fits, even with all the extra stuff, even with like the the side missions and stuff or whatever.
When I was working, I used to play some of those audiobooks, the Lord of the Rings ones, and they do a great job. The Dark Knight, what's going on, man? Happy Friday. Said, anyone remember the J.C. Penney Wish book?
Yep, I responded to him on that one. But that as soon as I read that triggered some crazy memories, because I had 2 brothers, 2 sisters. We would sit around, and my dad was the only one at work, and we'd sit around a kitchen table and look at that book together. We'd circle the things our wish list we'd love to have. And I can't imagine kids doing anything like that today.
Well, I used to do it with the Toys R Us flyer. Used to get the Toys R Us flyer. And,
was that just like their catalog for the stuff that was coming out or whatever? Okay. Mm-hmm. I remember I remember Wizard. That was my magazine that I remember the most from
Wizard,
Wizard.
I remember Wizard.
Yeah.
Kids are growing up.
That was almost like you were collecting those as hard as you were collecting the comics. Like you weren't gonna not get a Wizard if you were, every month.
Kids are growing up wrong nowadays, man. They're growing up with no flyers, I don't know what's going on, man. It's cell phones and computers and variants. That's all we're getting with these kids are growing up with.
Well, it's eventually going to be the Matrix. So they'll just be living in a virtual world.
Remember the Walgreens stamps?
Yeah.
Right? Was it Walgreens?
Yeah. Walgreens. Yep.
Good stamps.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you had like a sheet, and when you go to the store, you'd buy. Was it a map or was it a disc? I can't remember what it was, but you'd go to the store and you'd buy that on your receipt or something like that. You'd get these little stamps, and you could take them home and you can put them in your book, like you had a booklet.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Right? It's something like that, right?
Yeah, it was because the book you had to keep.
Right. You kept the book.
Yep.
And you'd get these stamps and you'd take them home and you'd find the page of the book and you put the stamps on the book, right? And I think if you complete the page, you get it like a discount off of something or something like that. Or something. I forgot what it was.
I used to do that with a coffee shop. Where's Buck when you need back in my day?
And even the hobby stores and model stores that were everywhere. Like when I was a kid, we had like hobby model stores that you can walk into.
Yeah.
And they had shelves and shelves of boxes of models and displays and it was just insane. It's like walking into like a Comic-Con kind of atmosphere,
Right.
None of that.
Times change, eh? I'm telling you, the way of the future, collecting in the future is going to be hologram. It's going to be it, man. You can program your collection with the helmet on. It'll be fully you'll be able to fully immerse yourself in it, right? You can dust it still. You'll put the goggles on, and it'll make it feel like you're dusting it. And
dude, the statues will come to life. Is what will happen.
Weird shit like that. All right, so I think those questions were cool. The rapid fire. We'll maybe we'll do a couple every Friday as like a little intro. I like those. Those are good. Get everything started. We'll jump into some news. Before we do, any new shows? You guys watching anything this week? Anything catch your eye?
Man, I've been watching old shows. I've been watching Rockford Files.
I don't even know what the hell that is, man.
Damn.
I'm on season 5, buddy.
Who was the main actor in there? Rockford Files. I used to watch it all the time. I can't remember.
James Garner.
Garner. That's what it was.
Man, I love that show. I love those old throwback shows where like it's just that like I don't know, that manly man atmosphere thing and like cool cat guy. Like I've got a few saved that I'm gonna watch after I get through with that because I think I only have like 2 more seasons and I'll be done. But that kind of stuff, Magnum PI, that kind of stuff from back then. I like all that stuff.
You like Hunter? Remember Hunter?
Hunter, it's on there too. I've got it on my list. Yeah, that was a good one too. I remember it.
I watched Last of Us, and I'm watching the first season of Andor because apparently the second season's really good, like really good. The last episode apparently is like the best piece of Star Wars. I hear some people comparing. I was on the show with Collecting Weekly. Zach compared it to the original trilogy. So I said, okay, I gotta watch it. So I'm downing the first season, trying to avoid spoilers.
There you go, Frenzy.
Frenzy. I went back to watch Miami Vice.
That's a killer show.
Yeah.
If you start that show from scratch, when you get to that episode, because he's not driving the white car in that episode where that Phil Collins song comes in. He's driving the Ferrari that's black, that little 2-seater. He hadn't got the white one that everybody knows from the series yet. That scene is killer because they're showing all the scenes of his, like all the stuff that's went down the last episode or two leading up to this. That was the premiere.
That was the premiere.
Yeah.
Show.
He had they had a totally different, but like Miami Vice is known for that white.
It was a Ferrari Spider. It was a Ferrari Spider.
But that's the original one he's driving is the black Spider because it never that they got from a drug bust or whatever.
They got
later on they get that white
Testarossa.
Yeah.
The only Vice I know is Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Right. Other than that, that's
just
Matt's upset with me tonight. Look at Matt. Matt's not having it tonight. He's like, Cypher says The Last of Us 2 is amazing. Blood of Zeus season 3 also awesome. A lot of people talking about it. I know Piggy was raving about the Blood of Zeus.
Was that an anime show?
Animation.
Yeah, it sounds like anime. All right, I might check that out.
Last of Us season 2 is the last episode was the best part. I didn't like the other stuff.
I can't get into like newer shows for some reason. I don't know.
All right, Theo saying Andor is phenomenal.
You'll like the old man.
Marlon is saying, "Oh my God, Hunter was an excellent show." Happy Friday, Akira. What's going on, man? Good to see you. All right, let's get into some news. Blow through some of this stuff.
I got one thing to add, John. Sorry, I'm not trying to hold this up. It won't take me 1 second.
I thought John,
because you were talking so nostalgic. Because you guys are talking so nostalgic, it made me remember this. So you used to have video game magazines like Nintendo Power and stuff, and I know people in the chat and stuff will know what I'm talking about. They used to have these giveaways in those magazines where they would give away. It would be like, you can win this whole video game setup, all the systems that are out right now, huge TV, speaker system. It was like, just enter to win. And I actually won one of those contests, but not first place. I won second place. And second place was a year supply of Bubblicious bubblegum.
Wow.
So they sent me a whatever the hell it was. It was some big pack of gum like every month.
That's
of all their different flavors. Okay. It was cool, yeah. I don't know if anybody ever really won those big full sets or if that was bullshit, but I won the gum, so that was cool.
That's crazy. Buck, what's going on, man?
Hey, Buck.
Good to see you, man.
Hey,
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
You're right on time. We're going to kickstart into the news. So let's get started. Of course, you know how we started with Sideshow. Nothing too crazy with Sideshow this week. Just mentioning that La Muerta 500 is the ES that's been announced on this one. This is Sideshow's collaboration with Coffin Comics, and yeah, she's still available up for pre-order. But ES is set 500. Surprisingly, a little bit on the higher side, but she must be selling well. All right.
We're not the target market, apparently.
No, I know. Akira's saying too high. Yeah. I think so. I think
250.
It must
should have been 250.
Must be selling well, or that's what the licensor wanted, or I don't know.
It's crazy that a statue like this is getting like a similar ES to Marvel and DC statues.
Yeah,
that is a little nuts.
Yeah, for real.
It's wild stuff.
Yeah. Probably means, the oversaturation argument is there's some merit to that.
Maybe.
I mean, you have to think there's a market out there for it somewhere. I mean, they obviously, or they wouldn't put so many out.
Mm-hmm.
A good sign for the line. Hopefully, it does sell well so that they continue the line for those that are interested in it. Most definitely. This was well executed for sure.
Was this from an independent comic or something?
Yeah, Coffin Comics.
Coffin Comics.
Coffin. Okay. Yeah.
A
What's
bunch of
that guy's name?
issues had
Polito?
different characters on it. All right, let's keep on blowing through. The only other thing from Sideshow is they announced Sideshow Con July 14th to the 18th, so still some time. But, you know, they've been doing a good job. Last year, they did a phenomenal job with Sideshow Con. Big improvement, so I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. It's only 4 days. So I think last year they did really well where they went live with some of the artists that worked on the projects and highlighted some of the pieces, some big reveals. So hopefully that's the same thing this year. Hopefully we see, probably put money that we're going to see that Man Bat revealed fully, because I think Anthony mentioned it was in the painting process last month or earlier this month. So for sure we'll see Man Bat. What else?
John, are you in for that?
The Man Bat?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not a real Batman collection.
It's not that. I don't know. We'll see. I want to see it. It's not that. Number one, I've kind of, well, it'll probably be a next year release, but this year, I've pretty much maxed out my collecting budget.
Okay. Yeah.
For the most part, but I'd want to see it, how it's executed. I like the what they showed, the output that they showed. It's just, I don't know how I'd mix the quarter scale into the 1/3, but with that reasoning, I can match it up with my old Batman and kind of pair it, or even have it as a standalone. To be honest, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I don't think we're going to get a Man Bat anytime soon from any other company. The custom was very promising. That custom Man Bat, I did like that one a lot. I think Marcos picked it up. He unboxed it on the channel there.
Yeah, his only complaint about that was the blood didn't look real good. I think on that
one.
Did?
Oh, okay.
I remember watching that unboxing, and that's what he said.
Yeah.
It was.
It's very promising. We'll see what price point will be on it, but I won't say that I'm out for sure.
Did they release the color
No.
All I remember was okay.
Yeah, just
I'm interested to see what the color scheme is going to be.
Yeah,
brown on brown, or they're going to add some color somewhere.
It has a lot of potential. I'm just scared if I jump on that Man Bat, then you want the Riddler. I saw the Penguin in person. The Sideshow Penguin is stunning, especially the way it allows you to play with spotlights to get that illumination from the bottom through the water, or from the top through the resin of the water.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Comic Guys Unleashed.
I feel like that's their best piece last year for me. That was like my favorite piece for Sideshow was that Penguin.
So good. So that'll become a rabbit hole. I can even do like a display where you have the one. I'll pull maybe a 1/3 Batman, and you can do the rogues around him in quarter scale. Not everything has to be third.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can play around with something like that. But budget wise, we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see.
So if you have a big enough table, because I've done this before with my like big table that's like 6 or 8 feet wide, whatever it is, you can do that, because I've done that with my Hush Batman, and then line the quarter scale Sideshow rogues around it, and it works really well, especially because some of them have different poses and not all of them are tall. Some of them are shorter, longer, and you can like find interesting ways to
risers,
some in front of others, and risers. It's interesting to play with. You just have to have a big enough space for them all.
Yeah, come to the realization I don't necessarily need everything in 1/3. Maybe just some focal characters, and I don't know. We'll see what the market brings us the rest of the year and going into next year, because I think we're definitely going to get more variety in quarter now in today's market than we will in 1/3 going forward, unless you go through that backlog, that catalog of, let's say, what Prime 1 did in 1/3.
You cut your you really cut down on what you can get if you go all 1/3, because really, even though 1/3 is not double of 1/4, if you look at the statues beside each other in your own collection, it's like double the size. The way they're done, they're
monsters,
taking up double the space at least on a lot of those. And with like something like that Predator,
you're
taking up more than double. I mean, like triple. So
What's going on, Slifer? Yeah, you're
If
100% right.
if there's certain characters you want, or like teams of characters, yeah, you're not gonna want to get them in 1/3, or that's all you'll have is that one team. Like if you do Justice League in 1/3 all, that's like a whole wall of a room.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. Like you're not gonna be able to put anything on that wall because it's gonna be huge.
So we'll keep you guys posted with Sideshow Con. Maybe I'll put a post up in the Facebook group, seeing kind of what you guys would like to see from Sideshow or what you're hoping to see at the con, and we'll take it from there. Tweeterhead, we mentioned on Monday. I don't know if we'll let this settle in, but the He-Man and Battle Cat, Skeletor and Panther in quarter scale. Yeah. So they're bringing both.
They're going to be big. Those will be big too.
Yeah, they're going to be massive. They did them in the 1/6, so now they're bringing them and out and doing them in quarter scale.
Oh, the Skeletor I have, I think, is a 1/5. You did 1/6 and 1/5.
Yeah,
no, they did 5th.
They did in 5th, but that's the Skeletor by himself, right?
Yeah.
This one is on Panther, so
yeah.
we don't know if they're going to tackle the individual pieces. So far as of right now, it's the cats, the McCats. So we'll see.
Those are huge.
I think they're falling behind again too on scheduling, because I had a whole bunch of pieces supposed to be out in May, and we're May 23rd and 24th now, and it doesn't look like they're that Gilman. Who else was there? Not Panther. What's his name? What's that other guy's name from the? We always get him mixed up. Panther and the other blue guy. Oh man, from Thundercats. From Thundercats.
Momura?
Panthro.
Oh, Panthro. Yeah.
Panthro.
Yeah, because that's the only quarter scale Thundercat, right? That they
was it quarter they did it. I don't
know. Maybe it's 5th. Maybe it's 5th.
5th or 6th, and then the Beastman too. So we'll see in their next newsletter what they say in regards to those. Pure Arts, just a quick mention. Like I said, news-wise, we're not going too crazy tonight. Fan Expo Dallas is happening next week, so they'll be there for anybody in Dallas or traveling to Dallas. If you want to check out Pure Arts booth 1003, they'll be there. So check them out, show some support, because, statue companies are dwindling at these cons, especially now with the whole Diamond Select and Gentle Giant officially being off the chopping block. Like, they are completely done now. These shows are going to be dwindled down to no statues. I think Pure Arts is one. Usually you'll see a PCS and an Iron Studios there, so see how it goes. But yeah, it's sad to see some of the companies disappearing.
Yeah, very sad.
With Iron Studios, they're still going strong. No product releases from what we last saw, but next week, May 30th, they're doing another Inside Day. So I like these. I like when they do these. They kind of on a Friday, 1-2 p.m. Eastern, they'll go ahead and drop kind of some of their works, and I think they've been doing well, man. They've been going strong. So stay tuned for that May 30th next week. They did drop this piece of information a little late, but just to give everybody the verbatim that they mentioned in regards to the tariffs. Dear customers, due to the recent increase in import tariffs resulting from trade relations between the U.S. and China, we inform you that Iron Studios products will undergo a 5% price adjustment. We emphasize that given the current scenario, we have worked diligently to ensure that the impact on the final consumer is as minimal as possible, and we remain committed to transparency and to maintaining the quality of our products and services. We appreciate your understanding and feel free to contact us for any further clarification. So they are, again, for U.S. customers, 5% is what's being added. And hopefully this is, from what I'm hearing, kind of the tariffs have been paused. So hopefully there'll be a ripple effect. I think this is part of the backlog, right? There's been a backlog of shipping containers coming in and so forth, and those containers still have to get the tariff fees and everything added to it. So
I don't think they were paused. I think they just reduced the amount. They reduced it at 30% from 140 something.
It wasn't like a 90-day pause, or maybe that was for the other countries. Then maybe
there's like a 90-day like grace period to renegotiate. Last I looked at it, and they reduced it to 30%. So it's currently 30% unless they did something else again. But it's with China specifically, it's 30%.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Norman asking a good question here. Do you think a company will step up to fill the void left by Gentle Giant and Diamond Select?
McFarlane, they'll buy everything and produce everything. They're already making some really cool Marvel stuff with
the Hulk they did, and the what else was it? The Wolverine off the cover. Do you think a company should step up and fill that gap? Because do you think that it looks to be that was a gap where that was slowly dwindling? Clearly, it doesn't look like there was. Do you think that level of product had a strong customer base?
I don't think it's that no one was buying it. Diamond has been in trouble since like 2020. And it's not just like the statue stuff, their distribution and whatever. They've been having issues. And even in terms of comics, Marvel and DC, everything used to go through Diamond as distribution, and then they switched over to Midtown Comics, and I think another distributor. It's the bulk of it.
I don't know. I just don't think their products sell them. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying. You're right. I mean, that was then, but now you look at it, and I think that you look at the details that quarter scale is a sweet spot. Gentle Giant and Diamond Select did what, 1/6?
Mm-hmm.
So Bowen pretty much has always dominated there. And then when you look at pieces from Diamond Select and Gentle Giant, you know, they run what, about $300-400 or right? So
Gentle Giant, no, much less. Maybe like 100 to 200 plus, depending on the product. They sold like a wide gamut, like even like $60 for a piece.
Those are those like PVC pieces or something like that?
No, some resin, but like they're really small. But the size varies. Sometimes they sell like just busts of a character, a mini bust line.
I mean, the
price range was below 100 for a lot of stuff, and then above for some things too.
Like I've had a few. I have a few of their like premiere series, right, or Artifact series or something like that. But I just don't think they're that popular anymore because you got Sideshow and you've got, you know, the quarter scale statues. I think once people see those, and
do you think it was? Do you think it was popularity or a lack of marketing?
I don't know. I think they were popular. I think they mismanaged their money because their Star Wars line, the mini bus stuff, they had that X-Men like animated series bus line. They had Spider-Man animated series bus line. They had Star Wars bus line, this mini ones, and then they were starting to come out with like bigger stuff. And whenever I would look for this, it would be either like sold out on some websites, sold out on their website. And you could still find it, but I don't think it was performing badly. I just think we're not necessarily the target market within this stream.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's more inside comic book shops, right?
Yeah. Like all these boutique geek like stores.
How about if they expanded to like a GameStop?
It was already there.
Was it there already? Okay. I could see a customer base being there. Hopefully, Norman, someone picks it up. Because again, I think that a lot of collectors, same with like DC Direct, started with these companies, and they were an entryway into the hobby. But again, then you have an Iron Studios for that as well. So we'll see what happens. I agree with you, Buck, in regards to McFarlane. I think McFarlane's this year just lit a fire under the butt and has been doing really well with those pieces, especially that Hulk that we saw. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, especially for their fan base, because there were collectors who were really into those
I think
pieces.
that the companies that sell they're marketing the cheaper. I don't mean cheap as a way of describing the product, but just the price
More,
less
yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Because they're less expensive, and they still have good quality, but they needed to sell a lot of them to because of the cost to make the profit. And any time, like the market we have today, I mean, the non-essentials are what everyone's starting to stop spending money on because of all the craziness. And these companies, I think, seem to be the ones that are getting hit because they require like a lot of volume. So you have a niche bunch of people who can still afford the expensive statues, and like a Prime One, for example, and they're going to keep buying them. But these companies that were depending on people just buying stuff because it was less expensive and it was more convenient, that's going away, I think, in mass numbers. And I think they might be the ones taking the hardest hit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you think it could have been the IPs they were doing? Like, Star Wars wasn't after the shows, because I think the correlation. I think the correlation between the hobby, the statue hobby, or collectibles in general, directly correlates with the media.
I agree, but they were also making specifically the things that people did like. Like they would make a Cad Bane, but the Cad Bane from Rebels, not the one from the live action. Although I think they did both, but like I said, even this X-Men, it was the animated series that was very popular for the bus line.
Yep.
Or like you know how Mondo is recently doing like a bunch of classic animated shows, and recently they made like the X-Men. They're making a bunch of X-Men from the animated series. Gentle Giant and like Diamond, they were doing the same. They got those Scotty Young little pieces too, which I think are really popular.
Those were cool. Yeah, those were cool. Yeah,
yeah, I think they're popular. People like them. It's and then
and
even
they're nice
some
like
of
gifts, right? If you want to, like, let's be honest, if you want to give someone a gift, even so, they're awesome to collect. But if you want to get someone a gift too, they're
really not that expensive.
Exactly.
Like $50, $40, 60 for them. And so I think even to what Ken said about, this basically they need to sell high volume. I think they're not necessarily trying to sell direct to consumers. It's they'll sell to stores, and stores are able to pick up those little things because they're inexpensive. I think I see less and less stores carrying like sideshow stuff. When you go in person, like a bunch of those like LCSs I've had in my area, some of them are shut down, but the ones that haven't, like I don't see them carrying big sideshow premium formats anymore. At least most of them, like they used to.
It's
Now
not profitable for them to just let it sit there.
Yeah, they're carrying like Iron Studios and Gentle Giant and a bunch of anime stuff like figures, like Van Presto, but usually like really cheap stuff and Funkos, because I imagine it's easy for them to accumulate a bunch of those, and someone just walks in and they can buy on a whim without actually having to think too hard about it.
A+, what's going on, man? Happy Friday. Rick saying my first statue was a damaged Vader bust from Gentle Giant, which I still have. Norman went on to say the statue line was still profitable. They were entry-level pieces. The distribution arm killed the company.
Yeah, they've been struggling since 2020, and even before that, like it's been in the news. Like they've been performing badly.
So hopefully, it's a company that can kind of go in there and maybe rebrand and help with distribution. Would you need a rebrand, or you can?
Would they need? Sorry.
Would they need to rebrand, or they can still use the name?
I don't think so. I think there's positive associations in terms of the customer base with the brand.
Yeah.
Like just like how McFarlane picked up DC Direct, and it's still called DC Direct.
hopefully it's salvageable. At this point here, it's I know it's all doom and gloom because we haven't heard anything, but hopefully someone could get in there and kind of
They'll
salvage it.
probably look to sell the profitable parts of the company
Yeah.
and like piecemeal, break it up.
What's going on, Glass Joe? Glass Joe says, I've got the complete X-Men animated series bus line with about 4 to 5 more on pre-order. This is a bummer.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't cancel. I haven't heard anything about them canceling, but I hope they don't.
Have they made an official statement? I haven't seen an official statement in regards to this. I've seen a few people that worked with Diamond come out and kind of make a statement, but I haven't seen anything officially besides that one we discussed maybe a month or so ago. I'll have to do some homework and take a look. I tried to look before the show, but I didn't see anything, so I'll check it out, and maybe Monday we can get into it a little bit more.
And what they said so far that they laid off a bunch of people, right? Not that they say the company's shutting down.
There was something under. Hold on, let me pull it up quick. One of the.
Yeah, I thought they were done.
I heard that they were done.
Yeah, and people lost their jobs.
Yeah, like one of the popular sculptors made a post. Rocco, the sculptor, made a post online mentioning kind of they cleared up house. See if I can pull it up quick. Yeah, so he had made a post May 21st saying, it's official, Diamond Select Toys is closed after the purchase by Ad Populum, NECA, and Universal. After 22 years of freelancing, 200 plus projects over the years, it's time to say goodbye. He goes on to say a little bit more, but yeah, so it seems like Diamond Select is
so they're bought out by NECA and Ad Populum.
Ad Populum, NECA, and Universal.
I have a feeling they'll just fold in the statue division into their own like product lines.
Yeah.
Or at least
Let's
don't
hope so.
just keep on making the same lines, but they've laid off all the workers. Possibly. Who knows? See more.
Star Wars Addict, hey, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well, you and the family. I had the Ewoks on pre-order. Yeah, hopefully everything gets ironed out. But thanks for bringing that up, Norman. Great question. Star Wars Addict says it will be the licensing that will be an issue rolling it in. We'll have to see. With PCS, just a little bit of news. Again, Conan, beating a dead horse at this point. But I know some of you guys weren't here on Monday. If anyone has anything that they want to throw in, bringing this up more so to discuss the price point. 2 options on the Conan. You got the deluxe as well as the regular. Deluxe coming in at a price point of $1,187.50. When you order directly through PCS, MSRP on this will be $1,250, which I know you pay a little bit more, but at least I recommend going through a company like Sideshow to get this order through, just until they can iron out their terms and conditions. We always mention it, but that's why I include the MSRP. So it's not too far off from the discounted price. And then again, the artists on this project, Ant on the creative direction, Dennis Kucharik on the art direction, Walter Trono did the concept design, Franco Carlissimo on the sculpt, and the paint by Alessio Salatore. So this was the deluxe. It came with the axe hand. You can see on the left, in the middle, the sword, and then on the right, it had the head of the beast there that he beheaded, and then of course you have the princess there that he's carrying. You also get an option to go with the regular at $712.50, MSRP $750, and this just includes the extra swap out of the head. So you get the sword, the axe on the shoulder, and the head in the hand as a swap out for the sword. And just to make it very clear, the major difference between this and the deluxe is the axe on the shoulder and the princess. So with the deluxe, you get the axe in the hand. You don't get to rest it on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So, just so you guys know, price point wise, though, guys, I think they did well on the price point.
Yeah, I think so too. Like to me, if I was interested in this, I would buy this one here. I mean, I don't think the detail on the shoulder adds much to it. But that's a great price for that.
What's going on, Cristiano? I think one of their more better priced options for this piece for sure. Yeah. Some complaints. Again, I'll just mirror it from what I've heard and read. This was the concept art by Walter, which looks fantastic, but it was more so this beast here on the base. Some people not liking the color that it was painted and how it just blends in. Let's say with the his skin tone, they would have liked to see it a little bit more of this green hue that was in the concept art, as well as the sculpt. As well as the sculpt here, where you could see in the concept art it was more of like an orc. So, and I agree. I think if this was a different hue, the skin tone was a different hue, I think it would make a world's difference. But
but that portrait looks great, though, man.
Well sculpted, the portrait. Yeah. Yep. What else was there with this? I think, though, I say this because I was going through the pictures. Give it a chance. I think some of the photography is off. I know the sculpt of the body people weren't happy with, but I don't know. The consistency with the photos is where I see a bit of an issue. Because here it's like, it reminds me of a walnut. That's the first thing that came to my mind, was a walnut on the base. But you go here to this photo, and you can see a little bit more of the coloration and the skin texture. You can see that there's a little bit more attention to the paint in this photo. So take that with a grain of salt.
What's he laying in though? That looks murky,
like a sand, I guess. I would guess like a sand or mud, or
because the sand with the rocks. And I mean, to me, one or the other. That's too much of the same color going on down there, and I think that's what throws me off. If that was a different color that he was laying on, because it's too close to the skin color. At least from the picture. Maybe it's different in person, but
yep, fair enough. This cut here, like this caught my attention, where you can see like the muscle striations there. I thought that was kind of cool.
But there would be blood coming out of that, or even the
dripping,
head.
Right? Yeah,
there'd be so much more blood.
Yeah,
everywhere if that head, with a beheading like that, there would be blood everywhere.
It'd even be cool if they did like that. Maybe that'd be too much to do, but that effect that Sideshow did with the succubus, with the blood dripping from the neck, you know what I'm saying? That would be cool. But I said this from like when we talked about it Monday. This would be cool if they did what they did with possibly the Conan and offer a separate base, for it, where you can have another option. With the Conan half scale, they did that rocky base, and then that more of a Tiffany green base you can choose from. I think a simple color change here, paint change here would do the trick too. You guys agree, or are you guys happy with this?
I agree with that.
I mean, I think they should just go with the original color concept for the orc instead of a skin tone.
Yeah.
Just do something different.
I think the price point is awesome.
Yeah, me too. That surprised me. I was way higher when I was guessing it.
Yeah, the price point is amazing.
Yeah,
I think if I bought this, I would have the base repainted.
Repainted? That's an option. Yeah. But you don't want to buy a statue to get that. I know some people do, but that's not the first thing you'd want to do. But yeah. Which brings me to a question that I wanted to mention at the beginning of the show. Maybe we'll save it. But actually, before I do, my apologies. Johnny, what's going on? Johnny came in. I completely forgot. I don't know if he's here or stepped away, but once he comes back, he's here.
Oh, I didn't know he was here.
Man. I know. It's like just pops out like a groundhog,
No.
What's going on, Johnny?
Oh, nothing much.
Glad your watch was working.
Yeah, absolutely. I just have to point out something first. I got messaged this week during the week upon something that occurred last week about my comments of Canada, and you know what? I think it's time for peace. We need to make up.
All right, Johnny.
And
Johnny, this happens at the beginning of the show, Johnny. Not at,
no,
at
man,
an hour and 30 minutes.
John, it needs to be addressed. All right, I want everyone to know that from the bottom of my heart, I am absolutely sorry. All right. For nothing. All right. For nothing.
For jeez.
Why do I send a link? I don't even know. We got Jorge Villar in the chat. What's going on, Jorge? Good to see you. Happy Friday, man. Hope you and the family are doing well. Stanley says, convince Alan to get this piece. What's going on, Stanley? All right, let's keep on blowing through this. Again, good price point. Marlonoid did this. I freaking want this base. That base is awesome. He did this concept. He could do it very well here with this. So good on him. I like the weaponry on the base and
yeah, it looks like a battlefield.
Yep, the blood running.
Yeah,
the little touch-ups he did was really well done.
It's something like I'm just noticing now, like there's not even any blood on his sword. Like they're staying away from the blood for some reason.
I think there's
he put it on the axe. He put on the axe.
Oh.
Right there, you can see on the axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you it's weird because if you display it with just the sword, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
you should have it on both.
Alex says, "What's going on, Alex? Happy Friday. Just make the girl life size, 1,200 silicone. I'll buy it." Jeez. All right, let's keep on going. That was a solid release. Another kind of solid release here. Has a few issues, but I think this turned out really well. And this may be PCS showing that they're trying to bring their A game forward, but we'll see. But this Morgan was posted. Apparently, this is in hand. Yen posted these photos.
Oh.
In hand, this is 3rd scale. Okay. The paint on the body, I'll stay off the portrait for now. From the neck down, I think the sculpt looks good. And the paint on that middle picture looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Not to, I'm seriously saying that, like the where the texture breaks from the outfit, the paint looks stunning on this piece.
Yeah, it looks good.
Buck, do you think so?
It's good. It's all right.
Okay. Buck's watching the beginning of the show. Buck's getting ready for trivia.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't have anything negative to say. I don't think it's fantastic though. I just think it's all right.
For PCS, I think this is an improvement. Personally, I think that this is from what they usually bring forward. This is nice. Or this guy can take pictures. It drops a little bit on the portrait though. For me, portrait needs a little love, and the seam line in the hair, man. Right here in the hair, because that's what happened, right?
Yeah,
that just there's no way.
That different portrait on it than what's on the left.
It should be one of these, I think, right?
Yeah,
the one on the left, the far left.
When it's
on your left,
when it's on the piece, she looks a bit like doe-eyed.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not a big fan of the portraits.
Yeah,
but the body and that's my only thing.
That Prime 1 is speaking to me.
Yeah, the Prime 1 is those eyes. Those eyes just are everything. But I was surprised by this piece. I'm not gonna lie. I was really surprised with this one.
Yeah, that looks good.
It's one of their better paint jobs, that's for sure. I asked in the group who was the artist on this. I didn't get an answer yet, but looks like this will key in here, possibly. We'll see. But yeah, the only thing is that line and the portrait. Maybe a repaint needed. What were you gonna say, Alan?
No, nothing. I think I agree that for a PCS third scale, it looks pretty good. The I have the same thoughts you do, John. That the portrait could probably use a little work, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Just glad to see pieces starting to roll out too. That's a good sign. Cypher saying, I like this portrait better than the Prime one. Not the paint app, but the sculpt. She looks more mature. I know that was a worry you had, Buck, when you saw the Prime 1 version.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that sentiment?
I don't like either of them. I don't know. It's just not. Yeah.
Okay. Moving back to Conan for a second, we had the winner, Rockin' Comics, for the statue price is right. He got 500 points. Everyone overbid on this one.
Yeah,
pretty much. Rockin' Comics got 1,099. I felt bad because Iran was like, oh, but someone else is off by only $18. I'm like, yeah, but if it was Bob Barker, he wouldn't let it slide. So we can't. They overbid by 18. They overbid by 18. So congrats to Rockin' Comics for taking it.
Buck, I was curious. What did you think of the Figurama version?
The Figurama one? I think that had a nice sculpt, but the paint is pretty dated now.
Okay.
Yeah, they nice sculpt, but like that base is very flat, and then the rest of the paint job is very flat. I think Prime One has like a phenomenal paint job. I just don't like the sculpt of the head, the portrait.
Okay, fair enough.
That kid said no one was looking at the paint in the middle bit. Jesus. Cristiano said J&D making a Bane. Sneak peek in June. Yeah, we'll talk a little J&D. Got my blood going this week with their announcement.
Oh, that one would look really good with your Catwoman.
Yeah, but did you watch that video? I didn't like what he said. We'll get to it, but I didn't like what he said there. This is for our guy
Ken.
I don't know why my brain. Do you see my brain where it's going? Kong versus Scar King. I haven't watched this film yet, but Ken, you let me know what you think. $22.99, so the same price as the other piece that we got, where Godzilla versus that other thing.
I think the price on these pieces are really good, to be honest with you, because I don't know if the Mothra is going to be the same price because it's only one piece, but it's probably going to be close. But I think they did good with the pricing. I think its shipping is going to be insane. I mean, you're going to have a combined total of probably 8 boxes for all this.
8 boxes?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's 2 skids?
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot.
Bonus version is this piece here, which I think is
Suku, yeah.
It's nice to have. A nice bonus.
I mean, it's well done. I mean, the piece is really well done. It's grown on me, but I just, like, for me, at this point right now, it's a definite no, because I just don't have the place to display it. It's going to take up way more space. It would literally take up everything I have back here with all my busts and everything.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Easily. Yeah.
It looks like it's going to get you a swappable portrait, too, on the bonus part, which is wild. Yeah. That's nice.
John, Matt says I'm in private chat.
Where's Matt? Matt, you got to head out? Yeah. All right, man. Take it easy. I know you got some early stuff to do.
Yeah. See ya.
Good to see you, Matt. Take it easy.
Thanks a lot. Enjoyed hanging with you guys for a little while.
Anytime, man. Take it easy.
Yeah. See ya.
Stanley
says
if I had room for it, I would consider more, but I mean, if I can't display something properly, I won't get it. I don't care what piece it is. But
what's going on, Ross? Great to see you.
I don't think it's going. You need a PO it, to be honest with you. I think this is going to be available.
Right.
Yeah, 500 ES.
What deformity would this be called if a human being had this kind of build?
What build?
The Suku, the little one.
Yeah, if a human being was built like that, a person.
Yeah. What's wrong with the little chimp there?
No neck, super long arms, and like, see the spine, the way he's.
It's not built like anything real, for real, to be honest with you.
Ed from 90 Day Fiance.
Jesus.
Oh god.
Big Ed.
Is this not supposed to be like a baby Kong?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be some sort of yeah.
I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm like, if a person was built like this, look at his back.
How's the tree scale? Because I know that's something we discussed.
I still think that's weird to me. Yeah, everything, it's just weird how the scaling is with the trees and the buildings and all that stuff.
Like, is he that big compared to a tree in the film?
Not in the movie, no.
Yeah.
No.
Look how he's throwing the rock.
I mean, the scale in the movie, the scale in the movie is like Godzilla's about 400 foot tall. King Kong's a little bit under that, maybe 380 or something like that. So this character right here would be around 100 feet. I mean, those are shrubs more than anything.
Yeah, shrubs. That's exactly it. All right. Well, there's the piece. We saw it at the Next Level Showcase. Now it's up for pre-order. You guys can order it if you're interested. 500 ES. Again, you determine on whether you need to rush to do that. But I don't think at that ES there should be any rush.
I mean, the sculpt and paint and all that stuff is Prime 1 awesome, of course.
Yeah,
it really is. Like, first I was unsure about it, but like the
scars.
Yeah, and even how they did it. I mean, it's not done a lot better than what I have now, but I see some things on there that look really good.
This is cool. This portrait's really cool.
Yeah.
I would wait till Christmas time when they have this at 50% off and free shipping.
Damn.
Wow. There goes
Alan doesn't want.
There goes Alan. Just absolutely. Alan wants to see Prime 1 like the what's Diamond. Diamond. Savage. No,
that's not how you.
He's not wrong.
What it was. You have to buy full price on day one.
$22.99. Better approach than what they did with that original one.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything tops that one that you have personally.
I don't know if they're doing like this one here. They were offering money off if you kept buying like part of the piece.
Let me check quickly. They, not that I see here. Usually they mention it here. Not that I see here. No.
Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't see anything.
No.
I just can't get over the footprint it's going to take up because I was looking into that, and even the depth it would take up. If you want to have it displayed like I would, like with Mothra in the center, up higher, pushed back.
Yeah, Mothra's awesome.
You need like 40 some inches deep. Yeah, it's done crazy good.
To what Aiden said in the chat, there's a lot of low-key swoopers on this panel that are that are moonlighting as full price purchasers. They know who they are.
No swooping. We're going to talk about alleged ECCs. Stanley says Ken should put in his gym. Stanley's just trying
T-Rex?
Oh yeah, man, the T-Rex, the one they came out with today.
Oh, I thought he meant Trex, like
no
T-Rex. I was like, what are we talking about here?
What was the other thing? Oh yeah, new products. Was the Lilith went up for order? We talked about it Monday, I think. Yeah, I think we did, but I'll show it quick. Regardless, Lilith went up for order. $1,099, so same as Morgan. And these two are just 400 ES. These two here are just gorgeous, in my opinion. Let's get to that picture where it shows both.
The bases are too big.
You think they're too big?
Like
oh man,
the footprint.
Yeah, what is it? 34 centimeters in depth, 50 in width.
Yeah, that 50 centimeters could be chopped down. You know, like focus it around like where the snakes, like that part she's sitting on specifically. You know, it doesn't need to spread out so far. I think.
I like how they didn't do it so it's the same base. When you have them together, they fit perfectly. You know, a lot of companies, you'll put the statue together and you'll buy the like accompanying piece, and the base is similar to the original one, and they don't accompany each other. These bookend perfectly between the candelabras and the snake heads. It is, and I don't know anything about these characters. I just think this is a stunning rollout. Although I would like that Morgan to be front and center instead of the Lilith person.
Probably the reason why I did it like this because this is the solicitation for Lilith.
Most likely.
Look what Random said.
Well, no, because if you put the because if it's made for that, because if you put the Morgan in front of Lilith, then the snakeheads don't work.
The snakeheads don't work. Why?
Because right now it looked like a continuation of the snake. It would be.
It'll just be that Morgan's in front, but they still have the same effect, right?
What is it? Oh, from the back end. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, from the back. Yeah, you're right.
I think it can work. Yeah, I think it can.
It could work. Yeah, you're right. Man, badass piece though.
I wouldn't even want to display them like that because
it would take up a lot of space.
Not even just that. She's obscuring part of Morgan, or one piece would obscure the other. I'd either want to put like one on a riser, or I put them side by side.
Random said, I hate that footprint of Morgan and Lilith doesn't fit in my Maji case. Can't get both. It's okay. Are you leaning more towards the Morgan? I like how the left and right snakeheads complement each other precisely. Well engineered. And a good price point. $1,099. And this
seems like all the pieces they do with Capcom, for the most part, are really affordable relative to Prime 1 prices.
I want to see this. Yeah, you're not wrong. I want to see this Morgan in production because that portrait, she's gorgeous. They did something else here you guys can check out, and I linked it in the Facebook group. Let me just go home for a second. I'll show you. They did one of those behind-the-scenes artists videos here, the Painter's Eye. Check it out. They got them both on display there. It looks good. And I'll link it. I know I linked it in the group. Look at this Morgan, man. Oh, my God.
She looks like she had plastic surgery to chop off most of her jawbone.
She's beautiful. It gives you like that anime. I don't know, man. I would put her next to Slan, personally. If I picked her out, look at the way they did the inside of this wing here. Those purple pink hues almost looks translucent here. All right, I'm gonna stop.
Looks good. That looks good.
Gonna stop.
I think it's like a color shifting paint.
I don't know what is it. It's shifting something. We mentioned it there. Okay. How dare you? Prime 1 for sneak peek. We're looking at the what is this again? The Rebirth series, the City of Bane, Flashpoint Batman. I like this kind of Prime 1 with the. You always see those factory photos where they throw the portraits in. I appreciate this. You know me. If you've ever been in a chat with me, and I see those portraits mixed into those looks like fish crates or whatever those they put shrimp in, all mixed match. Here they put them in their individual little spaces with the.
It's still in those crates. Look at the blue.
I know, but they added the soft material to protect it, Buck. It's the big difference. Look, plastic on the tables. I guess that's just so that they don't leave any footprints on the XM warehouses. But that was a good joke, but you guys suck. No, but anyways, that's fine. This is it. Carlos Danda, the Flashpoint Batman. I think this retailed $7.99 if I'm not mistaken. Looks good. For anyone that ordered it, it is looking good.
Yeah, that looks good there. Wow.
Oh yeah, I mean it's gonna look good, Prime 1, but
that base.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean it's cool if you like if you have a few variant Batmans, like if you have a Batman Beyond this and then the regular, like it'd be cool.
Mix them in.
Just have different ones. Yeah.
Prime Forensic say Prime 1 finally shipped my Dead End Batman. Which Batman was Dead End Batman?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one.
I don't even remember that one.
Is that the zombie one?
Oh, let me see.
Or is that Sideshow?
Zombie one is like Blackest Night.
Yeah.
Blackest Night. Yeah, that's right. Dead End.
Dead End is the
motorcycle.
The Dio, with the Batman and Robin from Miller.
DK3.
Congrats, man! If you could share pics when you get this is a nice piece.
That's the Gary Busey Batman.
Oh, I like this piece too. There's just so much. Congrats. I want to give here's just share some quick photos. This was taken from a collector overseas. Man, this looks like the still from the movie.
Yeah, it really does.
If you told me this was the scene from the movie, I would be like, I don't know what editing he did. He clearly added the rain, but to the physical photo, I don't know what he did. But this looks really, really good.
I can't see any. I tried looking for pictures to see what the person in the car, how well that one's done.
There was one. I don't know if I got it. It looked like him. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got it. There is one. There is one on the group of him.
Because I have the Fallen Kingdom, and Chris Pratt is you can leave him on or take him off, but he's done pretty good. But the statue's done really, really good. But there's little characters like that. They're hard to get, done really well too.
Same like a Weta, you know how Weta does it too.
Yeah.
I got it here. I think. Let's see if my computer's gonna work with me here.
Unfortunately, the way he's facing on the base, he's facing away from you from the front, so I leave it on there.
This one here?
Yeah, I can't see it real good.
Well, it's either the actor or the penguin. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. No, it looks like him. Yeah, it looks like him. But he wouldn't
look too bad.
No, it looks like him.
He would have more of a frightened look on his face, I would think.
Yeah, that close. You're right. I don't remember the scene. If it was, I don't know. If it's not part of the scene, then yeah, 100% he was.
Yeah, he may have been just trying to stay still.
Exactly. That's what I can't remember.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Good on them though, man. This is a cool. Whoever picked this up,
this
congrats to you. Yeah. Him, to be honest, he's a nice little touch, but I'm in it for the T-Rexes.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Great. Even the realism of it, the car laid up, and looks crazy good.
Yeah, this was pretty cool. The only thing I heard was, I think some of the foliage, people wish it was a little bit better, thicker, if I can remember.
Did they have the cable come
like
up?
A highly. I think they do. I don't. Yeah, it looks like it. I don't think it comes out. I don't think you could pull it.
Oh yeah,
it's there. It's here.
Yeah.
I remember what they were fighting for was what took so long was the Mercedes logo to be able to use it. They were able to acquire that license. So
yeah,
good on them.
Oh yeah, because I think their original images didn't have it. Have the. It was like blacked out grill. I wouldn't have worried about that personally, but whatever.
And then what they did about this too is they released it in two parts, two shipping dates, which I've never seen before. They had a batch go at a certain date, which was listed on their website, and then a batch go on a later date that they announced. So good to see people getting it. We touched this last week, the Gandalf. Just something to mention. I want you guys to keep your eyes and ears open because I haven't heard anything. It was posted in the group, but with this Gandalf, we were discussing how the staff and the sword are on the wrong hands.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard anything as to what Prime 1 is doing, if they're doing anything in regards to this. If this is
I don't see how they fix it. I don't see how it can be fixed because the wrong arm would be up.
Yeah. If so, hopefully that this is going to be a big learning experience for them as to double check the source material.
Yeah, what a miss.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad considering they did the Gandalf versus Balrog, and that was
right.
Well. Yeah, so
you wonder how I can get through everyone.
It's right. It's in the same shot right there. You can see it in the same scene.
Precisely.
Yeah. You can see he's holding the. Yeah, he's got it opposite in that diorama. So how could they mess it up? Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this was definitely the ball dropped on Prime 1's case. Would it prevent me from ordering this? 100%. This would drive me nuts.
I mean I think that diorama's where it's at anyway. Personally.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I mean that's the scene.
Yeah. But keep your eyes and ears open if you guys can, and let me know. I'll stay on top of it as well. And then just a shout out to BSC who got the Batman versus Killer Croc. Nice shots.
I like this piece.
I think he has it displayed exactly the way I would. The rebreather mask and the croc head. This is how I would do it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's a blue suit too, not a black suit.
Yeah, you got the shades of blue. Yep.
He's got blue. Yeah, he's got blue in that suit.
The only thing I'd request, and you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, because of what the price point it would be, but man, this would have been good in 1/3.
Oof, it would be massive.
I think it's already huge. I think it's already massive.
Just so that it would fit with the rest of the line, like the Batman versus Joker and the Bane.
The only thing with this one is I don't think you could display it with anything except the Crockett.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not too big of a fan of these portraits.
I think that's the only one that fits this design, really.
Do you see the attention to detail with the batarangs in the croc, as well as the water? The water's
amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the water's cool.
Yeah, see, the other one looks like a crocodile. That's awesome. But the other one kind of looks more like an iguana or something.
Yeah, it's an odd portrait for him. It's kind of animated series-ish, but not quite. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of in between.
The blood.
I like the Crockhead because it almost tells a story like he's transforming more. Like he's becoming more animal as he goes along.
And it looks exactly like cool. What they intended. That what was supposed to be captured in the scene was done well. Him coming out of the water is captured so well. How the water is wrapping around his leg and everything looks wet. It has that paint out.
Yeah, the gloss.
Pretty cool. The gloss, yeah. Awesome. Well, congrats whoever picked this up. I know they're slowly rolling
chain
out.
Looks cool too. Like that chain wrapped around his arm, wrapped around his back, and around. Is that sculpted in, or do you?
No, that's a separate piece. You got to do all that.
Okay, so you can wrap it. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
he did it. Metal though. It's a real metal chain.
Yeah, that'd just be careful with the scratching of the paint there. But he did his unboxing, I believe, on the channel.
That sets this piece off for me. Is that chain? Because without it, it would just be
precisely.
Yeah, it's cool.
Moving on to XM, not much news here. We're waiting for the interview, which should be dropping this month. So we've got another week.
They already have it?
They already had it. Alex is already back home. So we should see that interview between Ratine and XM any day now, really. We'll keep you guys posted. But more so, some of the distributors are getting XM product. We got Comic Chase, who... got the Joker, the White Knight Joker, finally. He's getting his shipments. I heard that some spec customers are getting their notifications as well. So if you're waiting for the White Knight Joker, it's rolling out. Huge congrats.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yep. All right, let's go on to Blitzway. Something fun dropped today. You guys see this? Kind of unexpected, to be honest. This Terminator bust?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
You getting it out?
Oh, yeah, it's already ordered.
No, is it?
You are... So went up for order, 9 o'clock, I want to say, Eastern.
Yep, right at 9.
500 ES.
Wow.
It's a 1-to-1 life-size replica. Let's get into it. Let's get a little specs here. Oh, boy. Come on. Don't do this to me now. Privacy. Accept. Sure. $15.99 is the MSRP. Wow. I appreciate them doing this. 208 left in stock if you're buying directly from Blitzway USA. Your NRD will be, or the deposit will be $150.
That's cheap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it me?
Cheap. It's fairly, it's affordable for sure.
Yeah.
You're looking at, here's the size. The width is going to be 16.3 inches, length 10 inches, height is 19.7. So it's not the biggest thing in the world. It seems a little bit on the smaller side at 19.7 inches. But you're looking at materials are polystone, ABS, metal, LED, and color box. And
how much is it weigh? 44 pounds?
44 pounds.
Yeah. Got some weight to it for that size.
You know, it's animatronic, right?
Yeah. They showed the video.
Yeah.
I want to go through some pictures and we'll see if I can pull that video up. It's animatronic, or you have to move it by hand?
No, it's animatronic.
It's animatronic. Yeah. That at that price point, you really Can't go wrong here. This looks.
Yeah, that's I didn't know that about it. Man, that's cool.
Yeah. They didn't put all the pictures here, Alan. They only did the one, right? Yeah, they only did one. Okay, let's see what we can find here.
Oh, there's a button at the bottom of the pictures that says "See All."
Where did you see that?
At the bottom of that picture.
I know, D-Rock, why we pay you the big bucks here, D-Rock.
Yep. That's why I get them.
There you go. Let's take a look at these. It looks good, Alan. It looks damn good.
It seems a little bit maybe under scale, but I think it's going to go really well with the animatronic arm that I got from Blitzway.
Yeah, I agree. That'll be cool. See, here's the anima. So it moves.
Oh, that's cool.
Back to the left, to the right.
Wow. Okay.
There's actually a very short video of it moving.
When you say short, I think it's 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, it is. It's very.
I'll
brief.
show it. Good stuff, though. A lot of detail here. Yeah, congrats. And again, at that price point, you can't go wrong, really. And then I know there's the chip that goes in there too, right? The removable CPU chip. That's cool too.
That's cool.
Light up.
Wow.
Man. If you bought the Queen Studios Terminator bus, this would be a fantastic companion piece to that.
Yep, that's right where it's going, right next to it.
The 19 inches tall, so you can always elevate it too if you wanted to on a rise, like we discussed. Let me see if I could grab that video quick. I think it's like 3.5 seconds. I got pumped because I thought they were gonna do a whole little video and then nope. Let's see here. 1 hour ago, it's this one here. Was it this one? Oh, here, share this. You guys can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this one includes it, but this is one of the videos that shows everything. It's the light up eye. There you go. Look at that.
Cool. Wow.
Wow. There you go. There is the future of collecting.
Man.
That's wild.
That's so cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that next to that arm that you have will be badass. Good for you.
That's cool. Yeah.
208 left in stock. So, good stuff. Surprise release too. That came out of nowhere. There wasn't like a right. I heard about this like 2 days ago. Cypher saying, does it make a robotic noise when it moves?
Mm-hmm.
The arm does.
I'm sure it makes some creaking or something.
Yeah, it does. It makes like motorized sounds.
Wow, great. It says maybe we can install ChatGPT into that chip. Wow. Can you imagine that? Yelena, you took the words out of my mouth. Future of collecting. Hope you and the family are doing well. 100%. Hey, good to see you, Mark. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Happy Friday, man. All right, let's keep on going. Wrap it up. ECC, this is for you, Ledge. Ledge is thinking of ordering this. This is stunning, this piece. Give you guys some of the details on this. This is the Elite Creature Collectibles is proud to present their 1/12 scale Tyrannosaurus buck from the Lost World Jurassic Park, which was, of course, Jurassic Park 2. This is the male T-Rex maquette. ILM artist Bitan has faithfully recreated the buck from the film, and the maquette is painted by ECC's key artist Oscar Ankarad. With its stunning detail, you may even notice features that were impossible to see on the silver screen. Price point coming in at $17.90 USD, shipping Q4 2025. This has an ES of 200 pieces worldwide, but it has a pre-order cap at June 17th. set at June 17th. So they can sell out. If the 200 pieces sell out before June 17th, they sell out. If they don't, it's made to order. So whatever the ES is set on June 17th, that's going to be the ES. But the maximum they'll be able to make here is 200 pieces. And if with ECC, they clearly state there will be no more editions made, and we will not do a second run. So don't miss out. ECC pieces sell out fairly quickly. This is stunning.
This is really good. This is really good.
It's another level.
Yeah.
Look at that base. Yes, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
You got to pull the trigger on one of these T-Rexes.
Yes. Okay. What really got me, and I actually spoke with the artist through Instagram, Oscar, really nice guy. That raptor they did, oh man, I almost pulled the trigger for that raptor, but one day comes with a little plaque with both the artist names, and then you get your ES on there as well to put on the front.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's just this is just for Jurassic Park pieces. If you want museum, it's stunning. They have a handful of pieces I'd love to add to the collection.
I mean, inside the mouth is not. It's just like looking at a real creature. It's crazy how good it is.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Look at that little scar on the lip.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Look at the teeth. The detail of the teeth. The paint app is glass eyes. It's just another level.
What's the dimensions on this?
I had it here. I could have.
It was 19 tall by I don't know how long.
Let me see. I could have sworn I added it purposely. No. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're falling.
Well, it's on this picture. You can see the height.
18.9 tall, and I know it's 40 wide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
40 wide. Yeah. So that's like,
damn,
almost having Superman Hush laying down.
Yeah, that's a nice size.
Do it.
I don't know.
Do it, Ledge. Just do it, Ledge.
Dresser. That's a dresser or a TV stand piece.
Pretty much.
Just like White Knight on bike. Yeah.
Yep. I will get some ECC one day. That has always been the goal.
They think it's going to ship this year. I didn't realize it was shipping so fast.
Wow.
Does it say the shipping? Q4 2025.
Yeah. By Christmas, maybe. Yeah, this is crazy good. I mean, I keep looking at this piece because I'm afraid it's going to make my Prime 1 Fallen Kingdom look like crap.
ECC, they really do a great paint app and sculpt. I mean, I've had one of their pieces in the past, and man, they're right up there with Prime 1, if not better.
Yeah.
Cartel from Hell, what's going on? Happy Friday, man. I completely agree with this. I respect how ECC prioritizes quality over quantity.
Now you have to order this right through their website, huh?
Some distributors carry it as well.
Yeah.
Ledge is really looking into this, so he did some of his homework as to who to order from. So maybe touch base with him. But I completely agree. ECC is just on another echelon of like Prime 1's nice. Prime 1 gives you that whole the base incorporated to it, the scene, right? Even Iron Studios does the scene perfectly, but ECC is that like museum quality.
Yeah,
no clean base.
100%. John, correct me if I'm wrong, but the
You're
main
wrong.
guy.
No, I'm joking. What's going on? The main guy what? No, we're killing Johnny. Don't be like that, Johnny.
No.
Go. We're waving the flags. Remember, peace. Go. What will you say? The main guy.
The main guy for ECC.
Steve Wang.
Yeah, Steve Wang. He was actually on some of the productions side of some of these movies, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. So they have access to all the info and that they need to make this perfect.
I wonder if they base this off like the full digital render.
Oh, they went on to say it,
or the actual maquette from the film, like the actual puppet, because they usually use both on those movies back then. They would have I know they created almost a full, or maybe a full T-Rex for that first movie. I'm sure they did something similar for the second one, or at least a top half that's motorized and stuff.
Yeah, it's the head.
Yeah, so they can usually use that as the reference, because those are usually really highly detailed as far as paint app and stuff, especially if I think they're 1-to-1 scale. So this piece will probably be super detailed then if they use that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you see their other piece, the 1-to-1?
They have a 1-to-1, don't they?
1-to-1, yeah.
Aren't they? Are they the one making the 1-to-1? Are they going to release it for sale?
Yeah, I think it was what, 18,000 or 20,000 roughly.
Did that? Oh, they actually put a price on it. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, a while back now.
How long do you have to pay for it though?
Oh, I would have to go back and take a look. But they did.
Can you do a 5-year plan? Like
mortgage the house? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how much was ET?
Akira says that T-Rex is coming home. Heck yeah, congrats, man.
Oh man, this is messing with me, because I kind of want more like monster stuff. I don't know. It's hard to display.
Yeah, doing the same thing, D. I keep looking at it over and over.
Yeah,
that was me. That was me with their Raptor.
Well, see, that's the thing. You kind of need a Raptor if you get the T-Rex.
All right.
Like I used to look at it wasn't ECC. Who was the one that did the banner scene where he actually has the Raptor in his mouth, and the other one's
no.
I used to look at
the Rotunda.
Yeah.
Rotunda, yeah. I used to look at that a lot.
I have
because it kind of gave you.
I have the North scale.
It kind of gave you all the character, like it gave you the 2 main dinosaurs, and it's like that's the iconic scene. Like as a kid, I remember the most is that one. I was like, oh shit, because it almost like T-Rex becomes a good guy at the end. It's weird. As a kid, that's kind of how you take it. Like saves him.
It's funny you bring that up, D-Rock, because I was just about to say I would like to see ECC tackle that piece.
That would be incredible. Here's the thing with like this piece, it's like I don't know how I would like. It's kind of okay. So the other piece you showed earlier that had the buck and the female chasing the Mercedes, you would have to display that in a. I feel like you would do it injustice to not display it in a case and show it in the lighting from the scene, like something similar.
No,
like
you gotta have tons of lighting on that. Oh yeah.
Like you have to light it right, because that scene was nighttime. Yeah. You're not going to get the rain effect, but you have like the nighttime stuff, and if you made that like a daytime scene, it might be a little weird. I mean, you'll see all the detail, but like this was in daytime, so you can light this one a little brighter.
This is tense.
It's really cool.
Anyways,
all right, move on before we all buy it.
The Rosenberg bust. They did a Tooth Fairy inside the glass from Hellboy. That sold out. That was an awesome piece in quarter scale.
Ken, get your hand off the keyboard. Stop. Don't do it. Don't do it, Ken.
Cartel says it's life size ET. Adam tempted. Yeah.
If I hear you click that button, I'm going to do it too. Don't do it.
I was really tempted.
Look at that. Oh man, even that angle, the other angle.
Yeah, that's a money shot there.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Did you ever see their Shape of Water? Not the
yeah.
That other that container piece, man, that one had me so tempted for a while.
I actually tried to order that piece and it was sold out.
Dude, their Abe Sapien was amazing.
Abe Sapien was good.
There
you go.
See, Bucks. I like this company. Bucks. This is like you can't swoop on these because this is that extra stamp at the end, right on the pre-order page.
This is like
right on the pre-order page. We will not remake this. We will not remake this. Boom.
This is like the best of like what you want in collecting in a statue company. Low ES, one time only, high quality, but the price, like on this one, the price is not crazy compared to like how prices have been going for other stuff that's nowhere near this quality paint wise and sculpt wise. That's for sure.
To our conversation, Buck, that we had last week, I think the way ECC rolls out their pieces, I think that is great. Like you have about a month, a little less than a month to pre-order, and they still put a little bit of pressure under you, saying, "Hey, the ES is going to be 200 if it goes set for May 17th, June 17th. But if it sells out June 1st, Be warned, it sells out. That's it. So it puts enough pressure on you that you get a little bit of foam hole, and then you get that reassurance that they're not going to reissue it. Okay, Jesus, this is how you do it.
It's a respectable company.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is the only company that has pieces that are not very often put on the secondary market.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right, John. You don't see too much.
I don't think their quality is better than Prime One though.
No, okay.
From what I'm seeing.
Really?
I think texture wise, they really nail it on the texture.
Definitely not with textures.
No way.
Well, this shot here, Buck, I can tell you because I have
I
two.
think the skin, the teeth, and the mouth look better.
Inside the mouth is way better than Prime Ones.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think this looks really good.
Yeah.
But like
the teeth detail.
The tongue texture.
Yeah, the teeth detail is wild.
Do you guys have
spotting on his
any of the dinosaurs
skin
from Prime One?
What Ken has it.
Yeah, I got two. I got two of them.
All right. Do you have any of the bigger ones? Like that baby blue looks insanely good. You guys seen that one?
Oh, yeah, I know which one.
Yeah.
I think our guy has
second.
it. Yeah. Okay, he has to step away for a second.
I have
Paul has that one.
Yeah, I have the Iron Studios blue. It's smaller, but I have the Fallen Kingdom T-Rex, which is a little bit smaller than this one, but it's good. I mean, I look at it all the time. It's just amazing.
Not to put any companies down, but yeah, I think ECC is that just a bit of a higher tier company with that.
Well,
finish.
I mean, just on that one shot on the right, how many different textures are just in the face?
Yeah,
there's like 12 different things going on. There's like
cheek,
totally different styles of texture. The cheek and the spots, the paintwork on the teeth.
I mean, it looks like there's blood. You can almost see the blood in the tissue.
Yeah, it's like it's like you can see the blood flow from the color. The color's perfect. But look at all the different scale shapes in the sculpt and the paintwork they had to put
scratches
in.
Here and the blood dripping down.
I didn't even see those from
I didn't
out.
see it either.
Like if you had this in hand and you were looking at every little detail, I have a feeling the detail is just insane.
So Prime One, my Fallen Kingdom, I actually had to put a glaze, like a sheen on the tissue in the mouth and inside the mouth, just to give it a little bit of a sheen because it was too dry looking for me. And it improved it drastically, where this has that already look to it.
Look at the leaf work, like right where his toe is, to show like, look, the little root work there.
Yeah,
that is,
dude. I was just looking at the nails, just the different textures on the nails.
Yeah,
John, can you pull up their old T-Rex piece?
Here, let's see.
Because I think that'll really settle everything. Because that's a dated piece, but I still think it looks great.
Like, how many layers of different color do they have just in that foot?
Yeah,
because there's definitely like a few layers. There's like a lighter base maybe, and then they're
because these guys are modelers.
They're going over with a darker brown or black.
They're diorama people, you know, and their attention to detail is so crucial to them.
This was the original one, I believe.
Yeah, that one. That's Steve to the left.
Yeah.
Do you have any
size of that? I don't.
No.
I'd say this piece is going to be about that same size.
Yeah, it's a 1/12 scale, so definitely.
This was from the original film, right? The original T-Rex?
I don't know. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, their pieces are. Anyways,
See, it's cool because, like, in the movie, you never get to see these animals like fully lit. They're always like lit, especially back then in the original too.
Yeah, the dark rain.
Had to do the CGI in the dark. Yeah, it was always in the dark, so you didn't really know where these had spots and color change and what color they really were, except for maybe the rotunda scene. But like, you don't see it very long in that scene either.
2019.
This is kind of cool because you can see all the detail and the coloring that you wouldn't have noticed in the movie.
Hella good. Any details on eye material? Yes, sir. Glass eyes, Cartel.
Handmade glass eyes, they call
Handmade glass eyes, yep.
Yeah.
I even like on the new one, like you notice how this one, like he's just standing flat on his claws. On the other one, like he's in motion. He looks like he's more in motion because he's picking one of those feet up, and it's like getting ready to go forward, like kind of like chickens do when they pick their foot up because they're getting ready to move one way or another. He's got one flat, and then the other one's in motion. See, he's getting ready to take that step, and he's turning at the same. That's really cool. That's
shipping showing.
So he's sitting on 1 foot. Yeah,
like $284 shipping, which isn't bad. I mean, it's about a $2
for that size
shipping. What's that?
For that size, 100%. It's not bad at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, I bet they have a lot of weight in his tail, like kind of like the real T-Rex would have to make him be able to stand on that 1 foot
for balance. Yeah,
like that little gesture of him with the leg lifted,
little claw.
Like, oh man,
yeah. Dude, I see. It's exact same thing my chickens do. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's exactly how they walk.
Damn.
Like they do that little curved foot step thing.
Yeah.
They make a lot of stuff. I like the Hellboy line they did.
Yeah, the Hellboy.
Attention to detail into what's his name? Oh my goodness. No, Hellboy. What's his name?
Sapien.
Abe Sapien. Yeah,
Abe Sapien.
With the little the box that comes with all the trinkets in it. Oh my god. Anyways.
Didn't they have his neck thing with the water light up?
Light up. It lights
up. Like the water effect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Looks so good.
So good. All right, let's get into some community photos so we can get some sleep. Kicking it off with Delvis. Delvis had shared these photos saying, "My collection has been super evolutionary. The only constant is change, but some shelves have not changed in a while. Those that remain constant is because I really like them. Here are some examples. Interested to see the shelves that remain constant in your collections. And you guys can post them on the Facebook group, but I'm going to share his. So this is one of them. It's a nice shot.
Is that a custom goblin?
That's a sideshow goblin, I believe.
Sideshow, yeah.
Really? I haven't. It's a perfect pairing. I've never seen this piece.
Both sideshow pieces, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I love
that. I used to own the goblin.
You used to own the goblin?
Yeah. Nice.
Is it that colorful in person?
Yeah, but like
Mitchell.
it's also no. It's very vivid colors, but probably not that vivid. And
Not
also
quite as
like the paint is a lot flatter, like when you see it in person.
The goblin, you mean?
Yeah, on the goblin.
I just like how they went really green with his skin. That's really cool. Or a suit, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
It's not that saturated in person, but it's like it is punchy in person.
They are nice companion. It's like story pieces. It's as if he was on the on that piece of rebar and Goblin threw one of his pumper bombs.
Pose.
Yeah.
I have a Spider-Man, but I had to get it repainted because the paint, when you can rub the paint on its legs with your finger, your hand, it would rub off on your hand.
Oh wow!
I bought it on aftermarket, got a really good price on it, but when I got it in, I noticed the paint was rubbed off on the legs, and I guess that was something that was going on with that piece. But so all that time it's been displayed or whatever, it still was rubbing off, so I had to get it repainted.
Yeah, it came out nice though, the repaint.
Oh, yeah.
Marlanoid, just a quick question in regards to the ECC: is the pterodactyl the one where it has the wings down on the ground? I'm wondering because I saw that today too. It looked really good as well. But yeah, Delvis, awesome. This is one of the shelves.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
Oh,
nice setup there with the Punisher and Daredevil. And then
these are sideshow, right?
These are all sideshow. Then we got the Red Skull and Cap.
Those crests, I think you got them on Etsy. I think I know the seller.
Nice. Mitchell was asking, did you guys discuss the Blitzway endoskeleton? Yes, sir. We have a couple of people here who ordered them as well. Shout out to Alan. Yes, sir. We went through it.
Yep.
Let us know what you think about it, Mitchell. So huge shout out to Delvis for sharing those nice shelves. I can see why he doesn't change them.
Yeah.
I like this Red Skull. Red Skull's nice. I like their original one as well, where with his arm behind his back. It's one of my favorites too. Shout out to JWR, who completed his look with the tactical throne next to the White Knight. Oh,
like
that Alfred Allen
Yeah.
is the cherry on
Yeah.
the cake.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Oh man, holding the tea set, he has good taste. That's exactly how I would display
Dude.
it.
That Batman is like, is he overscaled? He looks huge compared to Alfred, or is it because Alfred's behind? I can't
Probably
tell.
because he's
He just looks
behind, like forced
monstrous.
perspective. Yeah.
I think it's.
What
I mean,
big-
even in the wide
grandma?
shot, even in the wide shot, when you looked at him compared to White Knight on bike, he looked like super tall. As he's sitting there, I mean, his legs look super
I can
long.
ask. I'll reach out to JWR and find out. I haven't heard anything about any
I
scaling.
mean, it looks cool. I'm just saying he looks huge.
Yeah.
I would say that White Knight Batman looks bigger than the Del Auto seated.
We'll see what I'm looking at is like their knee to foot length.
Okay.
It just looks, I don't know if it's closer to the camera, but it just looks so much longer than the other one. And the other one's stretched out. I don't know. Could be because it's further away.
I got some pictures from Dion too. We'll share. I saw this Alfred in person. It's a really nice piece. I was actually shocked as to how nice it was in person.
The cowl is really, really good on this one.
Yeah. Here's a little
I wish they would go back to the sculpted cowls for the movie, where he kind of has the angry sculpted eyebrow thing, like he did in Keaton. Like that helps a lot, and it lights really well in the movies. They keep getting away from it. I wish they'd go back to it.
Look at the hands, man. Damn. This is a good piece. This is one I'd like to track down too. I would like to get this is so huge shout out to JWR. Dion posted his photos as well. This is with the screens.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh man. So he was going into some detail as to, and then Prime One put it on their site as well. Something about how you can have the screens blue and red. You can see on each photo. You just need SD cards, and you can download some programming for it. So, and then you can interchange them. Would have them all blue or all red or whatever you like. But I like that little red hint into it. And these screens are massive, by the way. They don't look very big here, but they're like the size of an iPhone, apparently. Well, what's going on? But huge shout out to Dion.
John, you like the cape over the one leg or without?
I like the cape.
It's got to be, yeah.
I like the.
Yeah.
That's the original. The original artwork.
The original art has it.
The original art is.
I like it over.
Dude, you get it both ways. You can change
do it
it
both ways. Yeah.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. This was a Del Auto original.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was totally inspired by Last Jedi for this chair.
Oh wow.
No doubt.
This is
the Emperor chair. It's definitely an Emperor chair. No doubt about it.
We'll see. We'll see if we could get it for the swooping price, right, Buck?
It's a nice piece. Nice piece.
Buck back.
I think I would like just the one without the screens.
Without it?
$9.99.
Yeah, something like that.
The cheaper one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just would be easier to fit in and not have to make a huge.
screens.
What's going on, Jesse?
Make that diorama look good, man. That thing looks.
Cheers,
amazing.
buddy.
What do you guys think about the size of his hands and feet? I think they're like fucking massive.
The feet are huge.
Let's see.
I don't know if it's the camera because his head looks really small and the feet look really big.
Everywhere I've seen this piece, he just has like massive hands and feet. Then
I like the sculpting of the hands.
So
without the cowl on, his head looks so small for his body.
So here's my question, because we're not looking at the original art. I'm wondering if they're not going by like size of an actual person and going by how the art displays it, like the hands closer to the to the camera in the art, so it'll look bigger, like in comic art. Anything close to screen's obviously bigger, like if they're punching at you. I'm wondering if they're kind of using that from artistic liberty standpoint,
like doing a foreshortening on a statue,
like a foreshortening on where the like hands and feet, which are further forward than say his head.
It'll be one of those things that I would say doesn't work in 3D, you know. And he doesn't even look that
like
big.
his shin and foot and that are bigger than his head.
Yeah, the hands look normal in this picture.
Yeah.
The hands don't look that big. Yeah. Well, he's not as big either. He's not as jacked.
Even his feet don't look as big.
Well, his muscles, his legs don't have that musculature for sure.
I think it was just like Prime One taking liberties. It doesn't make the statue look like bad. It's just just really stands out. And I don't know. At first, I just thought I had like clown shoes.
If you're looking for it, yeah,
I never noticed
should.
it. I never noticed it.
For sure.
This one here,
now I see it.
See, like his other hand, like in this one, it looks smaller than the hand on the chair.
Yeah.
The one he's got up looks normal.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
For me, though, I agree. The portrait, I would only use a mass portrait on this, personally.
Yeah, me too.
I actually like the look of the unmasked, but it's too small for the body.
Yeah, I don't like
the head
that
is
kind of
small.
unmasked.
I think it's
When
because
I
they
watched
made
the
the body
unboxing, I
so
watched
big.
what's that, Matt, I think, on BSC. He's the one that unboxed
Matt
it.
Martin. Yeah.
He got it originally. I didn't notice that at all. It didn't look anything like that. So I wanted the pictures. Although you said you've seen in other pictures, but
I feel like I've said it multiple times. We've shown this piece that he has big hands and feet.
yeah,
All right, let's keep
you
on.
look big in the pictures for sure. Huge,
True.
especially his left foot on that statue on the right.
The musculature on the leg is very pronounced for sure.
Amazing. I mean, like ridiculous.
Yeah.
I like the colors on the suit though. The blue stands out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good paint.
Yeah.
Ken picked up his cover of Spider-Man versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Spider-Man.
The artwork's great on this.
I like this
Spider-Man.
cover.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Kind of classic Godzilla.
Mhm.
A reptilian cat and Spider-Man.
Yeah, it kind of and there's certain renditions of him. He looks just like this too. That cat look. But they did. I like what gravitated me was how well Spider-Man looked in this. I mean, unfortunately, when you go on the inside, it's not bad on the inside, but it's nothing like this artwork.
Yeah,
that's how it is these days.
Yeah,
that's
For
almost
a lot
like
of books,
a lot
they
of
can't
Spider-Man.
afford. Yeah,
That
is this
looks
Lucio Perillo?
but
yeah,
it is.
very Delato-ish.
This is Lucio Perillo, the artist for the cover. Lucio Perillo.
okay, I didn't know that either. I just like
yeah,
that.
you can see it. You can see his signature. Bro.
is it a good read? Did you read it already?
Yeah, it's a good
read?
story. I mean, it's you know, I don't want to give anything away because it's pretty cool how they did it, but yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, we'll give it a watch.
I don't think he has enough webbing to take Godzilla down, but it's just me.
No,
He just has to get his eyes.
Do you like?
He's just got to save people and
Ultraman?
get out of the way. I mean,
Ken, do you like Ultraman? Because they did Spider-Man versus Ultraman and Ultraman.
yeah, I do like Ultraman actually. Yeah, but not as much as Godzilla. But I used to watch Ultraman religiously.
dude, I used to have those VHSs too.
Yeah.
Same time I was watching the other. Yeah, I got into a big Godzilla.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing. Yeah.
And the crazy dotted lines that come out of his hand.
And she.
Yeah. Good Ultraman.
I watch a little Ultraman on Netflix.
What the heck is this?
Anime show. This is Rob, fellow Canadian. This is Doom on Throne, man. Right?
Yeah.
Doom on Bear.
There.
Right in
Doom
there.
on Bear.
His bear's name is
Custom piece.
Boskov.
Yeah, this is an
There's
older
so much.
piece,
There's
isn't it?
There were two versions.
It's a chunky bear.
for real. And what Doom's costume's like an odd color? I don't know if I've
Yeah,
seen
one
this
with in green too. I think
It's white, I believe, right?
Is that God Emperor?
I feel like the stylization on the bear and the base is different from the Doom. Doom is like a bit more realistic than the snow on the base, and then the bear is in between both the base and Doom. But it kind of still works.
Combo.
Yeah,
It's an interesting
this looks
combo.
pretty cool.
I like the paint on the bear.
On the bear, yeah, the bear looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. I like the details in what I was gonna call this a saddle.
Yeah.
They're,
and also
this,
it looks good, man. I'm telling you, I like it.
Yeah.
Fellow Canadian, good guy. Rob's a really nice guy.
they're looking for Leonardo DiCaprio. So they
Wow, the Revenant, right?
attack him. Yeah.
We got it. I got that one too. This was our guy Bats in the Belfry, sharing
Oh, he wasted one of his screens.
Sharing this. This is the screen. This is the. I know that left Batfleck screen. I don't know what he was thinking. I think it was
Like
a glitch.
who ruined that original Batman logo with, or old school Batman logo with Batfleck?
But the screens are badass, man.
Yeah, he had a little video.
He did, yeah. I think for this one you need the screens personally. You don't necessarily need that whole background thing of a jig. The cave, that would be an awesome touch, but I know it's a bit pricey. But this would, with the screens, this is cool. I know it could be a little gimmick because, like, I would never use the screens because I always worry about things going down and not working. But it's a nice touch to have that available. I put like the everyday collector, chatter that matters. Have every show on the screen. Because Batman has good taste. He knows what to watch.
Yeah.
Does he?
Appreciate you, Bats. Dion again with the double Wolvie here. The Weapon X as well as the custom.
Did he say which one he likes better? Did he have a choice?
He says he didn't have to say because he has both.
Yeah.
Dion.
Smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, they're probably each good in their own way.
I think Sideshow really executed this one well.
Yeah.
To give you that visualization without giving you the canister, I think artistically they really tackled this one well. Well, congrats to him on having both. Michael shared some of his collection. That Ghost Rider, man, what a light up feature there! Holy mac!
Michael Caine.
Got some more here. The Magneto, the Succubus, as well as the Tweeterhead Joker.
I think that Joker is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the Easter eggs there.
6 scale, right?
There's 6 1/4. This
is
one
that
is
the 6 scale. I think that's the 6 scale. It looks small next to Magneto.
Yeah, it possibly is.
Maybe I'm wrong though.
The throne would be a lot bigger, no? If it was.
It's 6 scale.
And then he has there's the other side, the Succubus.
Oh.
With the hell on Harley on wheels.
That Harley and the.
I like how he's just got his NECA quarter scale turtles just like random.
Yeah,
he's got one in each section.
Reminds me of Piggy. Yeah.
Yes, my favorite shot right here.
That's pretty good.
The lion does not concern itself.
Hot Toys 89 Batmobile.
Who made this? What company?
Hot Toys.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just keeps on going.
Hey,
ooh, I like that Skeletor.
Skeletor, He-Man.
That's why I have that Skeletor.
He-Man. There's the Tweeterhead bust, Superman bust.
I like that bombshell.
Which we have one to give away.
Yeah, we just haven't chatted, D-Rock. It's been a little while, but we're gonna get
just
it organized.
Just tell everybody next show that at some point we're gonna do a spin the wheel.
We'll do something fun.
Do a giveaway.
Okay. Thanks to you. Appreciate you, Michael, sharing those photos. We got Marlinoid sharing these. This is the Regal Robot Salacious Crumb.
Damn.
If anyone knows, creme de la creme here, eh? Lineage.
Scrotum.
Surprise.
It's a nice piece.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Sideshow did one too, but this is the more
yeah, this looks good.
The superior one for sure.
Got the ball texture on it.
Jeez. Straight from the film. And then he had his Ghost Rider as well. And this is the photo that I was speaking about that just warms my heart. Is the Enterbay.
Got the cover art Predator back there too on that last pic.
Anyone know where that spawn is from?
No idea.
It's a custom.
If he's here, maybe he can confirm. He's still here.
I only know one company that makes Spawn.
And it doesn't make it in quarter scale.
This bad boy, the Enterbay quarter scale Terminator. Oof. This is, for its age, look how beautifully sealed. Marlon, I miss this, man.
This is from the olden time.
Oh, yeah. Man. I don't like seeing these photos.
Back in John's day.
Stressed me out a little. I'll get him back one day. Look at the plastic still there. You'll love to see it, man.
You had him?
I sold him.
You fool.
Yeah.
He skinned some scalps with this piece.
Thanks for sharing, Marlon.
Wow.
That's what makes me sad.
I bet you regret it now.
Thanks, Johnny. If you were here on time, and I did say that I regretted it, but it's okay.
I saw this earlier.
Ken picked up. This is cool, Ken. The shirt for the Hulk, LBS Hulk.
Yeah, it looks so good. The material looks good. And I could put it on any torso, which is nice, and it's flexible.
Yeah.
Dude, this is so cool. Like, I didn't know this thing existed, but that right pick, that's just so amazing.
Look at the.
I literally thought it was fabric.
It looks like the you could see
Really
the
good.
thread. The thread on the button.
Yeah.
Look how good that looks.
Wait, is this actual fabric?
But they
No.
call it a flexible
Well,
resin, is what they call it.
Oh man, so what is that like little piece of that's just lint from somewhere in your room?
What are you talking about?
No, that's
No,
on.
no,
that's
no, no.
on the
See,
piece.
look at the around the shirt collar. That
No, that's
little-
on
At the
it.
top.
up
He's saying
top,
at the
up
top.
top, collar.
At the
collar.
top, right there. Yeah. No,
There.
that's on the piece.
Oh
Looks
wow,
like-
is that? How did
It
they
looks
get
like
that?
fabric. It looks like fabric. You're picking up on what I was saying before. It does look like fabric. So it almost looks like you took a piece of fabric and sprayed a like something to harden it on it, you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But they
They call
called it a flexible resin. So I'm not. Maybe they sprayed a resin on it. I don't know. But I think it was a material. I mean, because it's stiff. It's really stiff.
That's cool.
I'm curious how they executed on that because those little pieces of thread, I don't think you could cast that.
Well, they could probably add that after, right, with some glue or whatever, like a
I
little.
don't know. I think if I had to guess, if I didn't know anything about this, it reminded me like years ago when I used to wear a certain tie and I used to get my shirt starched. Had that same feeling, but way more, of course, because it's rigid when you're carrying it, but you can move it around. It's flexible. But yeah, when I saw that stuff, I'm thinking this is some kind of fabric that they just coated. They coated it with something.
It's like a thick cotton shirt.
Yeah, but it's painted too, though. It's got paint on it too.
Mhm.
But imagine
Looks-
taking
looks
so
good.
imagine this. Imagine taking a piece of fabric and painting it with spray paint, heavy coats of spray paint. It would do the same thing to it, probably. But
Mhm.
this is done really well.
But I have to assume this is like casted because for them to reproduce it multiple times and have it be the same.
Yeah, yeah.
No idea.
Really
but-
impressive.
I mean, think about that. Yeah, because every piece is identical. So they mastered making it look real.
Were you in on this from the beginning? Is this like a custom group that you were in?
I've known about it for a long time. I ordered it. I didn't order it right out of the gate. I kept thinking about it. But then I started seeing it on pieces. They were just showing it before the orders went out.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew about it like right away. I saw it like a while ago.
Yeah, it looks good,
This
man.
is cool.
Do they make other
Mhm.
like custom like add-ons for pieces, or this is like a first time?
This is the first time for this. They make a different color for the Gray Hulk.
Yeah.
John, these the only two pictures you have?
and the ones before.
Yeah, they make that one. But they do
The
make
orange shirt?
a different. I think an orange shirt for the Gray Hulk.
Yeah,
But I think the shirt's the only thing they're doing now.
they did a good job. It's
Yeah.
a great job.
No,
Really great
okay.
job.
Ken, I'm getting the same feeling like when I saw the Thanos on Throne, when people started making all the different head sculpts. I see this piece, I'm looking at it as a totally new piece. Do you feel the same way?
Not a total new piece, but I think it would change the piece drastically. I mean, it just you gravitate towards it now because it looks so good with it on like this. They just did it really well.
Yeah. Maybe I worded it wrong, but yeah, no, it definitely changes it up. And
And
it's a good change.
I change my pieces around all the time. So if I have switch outs, my switch outs get used because I have nice drawers. I have access to them, and I'll be moving all the torsos around and putting them on this. It'd be pretty cool. Or I could just put it on the torso I've displayed on my shelf. You know, it doesn't have to be on the wall, on the base.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Let me
That's
ask you,
cool, man.
no issue with this material resting on the paint of Hulk.
No, that's why he said they made it out of a flexible resin. It's
Okay,
not rough.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, if you rubbed it, of course you can do damage. But putting it on and off, it's not that rough. It's soft. It's
Okay,
very
good.
flexible, and it doesn't do anything to the paint.
Well, I'm glad you shared these with us. Stunning, beautiful
Yeah, I'm like
addition. Smart
real
move
happy
there.
with it.
Very impressed. It looks better than the shirt that comes with the statue.
Off the
Pants.
waist.
It looks better than the pants. Oh yeah, exactly, Buck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you can thank XM for that.
Yeah.
Cypher sharing his Prime 1.
Wow.
This is Hydra. Wonder Woman versus Hydra.
Yeah.
I was literally saying I want this statue to somebody earlier today.
I think he got this at a really good price too.
Look at that. Look at that detail there. Man.
Yeah. I have this piece. It's amazing.
Alan, you used to have this piece, right?
I had it. Yeah, I sold it off. It's really well done.
Yeah.
Beautiful
statue. Ken, do you have the Joker Dragon versus Batman as well?
I have them almost together. I have the Prime 1 Dark Side in between them, but and they look great together.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Do you collect toys?
Who,
What?
Cypher?
No, that was a reference to last show.
I don't remember what happened last show.
Johnny gets it.
Oh yeah, with
on.
Biggie, Enzo got his custom Wolvie.
John.
Fits in there.
I watched that. I do remember that now.
Fits in there beautifully. I think it's a nice Wolverine too, custom. I like the base.
Yeah, this is good.
This is a custom paint.
Custom piece altogether, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
I like the mass portrait way better than the unmasked stuff.
This trio looks stunning together.
It's really good.
I used to have the one on the right.
That base.
Brown suit?
No, the right,
X-Force?
John. Yeah,
sorry, X-Force.
yeah, X-Force.
Well,
Is that a custom piece you have, Buck? The one on the right is custom too?
Yeah, it was custom. It came with a bunch of portraits, and yeah, a lot of swap outs. Very affordable too back then. It was like, well, for what it was, this one 3.5, and it also had like metal claws, metal sword,
everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good stuff. Enzo, thanks for sharing, brother.
I think it was like $1,000 or something.
This is a custom that was shared. That's being shared throughout the community. That I think has some really good reception. Beautiful light up feature, slew of portraits, swappable portraits. Nice piece. Removable. The crystals are removable as well. So you get a whole variety of options to go with the dark side on throne.
Yeah.
We're coming for you, Johnny. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted with more info as we get it. But this is one of the examples where the customs are doing a great job.
Was this just announced?
This was maybe, how long has it been? Maybe a week or so?
I think it's the full reveal, but they've been teasing it for a while.
For a while?
Yeah.
This group, I'm getting a dark side off this group, but I got to tell you, it's an amazing group to be part of. What they give you and how passionate they are about making this stuff right and allowing you to give your opinions as it's being developed is pretty amazing.
Excellent communication.
Yeah, great group.
No, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but has there ever been a custom piece that has utilized, like, I guess you could say, like clear plastic, like this piece?
Clear resin?
As much? Yeah, clear resin.
Yeah, there's been Iceman statues.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let me rephrase that. With it not being the main prominent, thing, because Iceman is like
Superman statue, Fortress of Solitude.
Okay. All right. Huh. Yeah. Well, that's cool. They're implementing that in the custom scene.
I like this portrait.
Yeah, this is evil.
Yeah, this portrait's really nice. So we'll see. We'll keep you guys posted with more info. If you're interested, reach out to one of us and we can point you in the right direction. You guys can check out I
can't believe you said Iceman.
Iceman, that's true though. I just appreciate you guys. A few channel shout outs, VVIP Toys. Shout out to Anton. He hit 100,000. Well, he's at 200,000 subs now, but he got his plaque from YouTube. So
wow.
his YouTube, so that's a big accomplishment. He has his Facebook page, which is pretty large. And nice to see him celebrating with the kiddo.
What
That's
a flex!
awesome. Yeah,
you're getting something to be awarded for 100,000. You already double that.
That's how you do it.
That's cool.
Check out his channel and his Facebook group as well. We got Yao, who did a deep tail room tour. Man, this setup is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
With some Predator pieces as well from Prime. It's just, if you're an Alien fan, check this out. Really highly recommend it. I'll link them all these, everything I'm mentioning channel wise here, I'll link it in the description afterwards. Graded did a behind the scenes LBS Aquaman, the whole first look, talks about the size, the weight, and does some comparisons as well. You're gonna want to check this out, especially if you're interested in that line. Graded's doing a fantastic job with his videos, the unboxings and the full reveals. Well done. The lighting and everything. What would you call it? Cinematography? Videography? Either way, it's top notch. I said it from day one. He did one on like his first video. I don't even remember what it was, but I said, well, I want to say it was the Sideshow Penguin. If I can remember, I'm like, damn, this guy does an awesome job. And he's slowly growing, and I'm glad that Jay, I think he's out of the Philippines, so I'm glad Jay's working with him. Well deserved.
Good job, boss.
Shout out to Terry, Gotham Cinebites. He got some custom acrylic logos, one for his YouTube channel and one for his Cyberpunk display. So shout out to Heroes Logo Designs. He did a video as well.
I have some from them.
Do you?
Oh, is he getting the Cyberpunk Prime ones?
I think he's tempted to get Rebecca.
I don't think he's getting all of them.
I don't think he wants David or Lucy.
He's gonna get one of them if he's getting a sign for it.
He has some of the Hot Toys too. He has one of the Hot Toys.
He's like a big fan of the show, but I don't think he was gonna get it. It's like doesn't have space.
Everyday display, and again, I'll link all those. We had the 7 foot tall collection tour.
Yeah.
By our guy Jeff.
I like that Mara.
Yeah. Mara was cool. He reached out to me and wanted to share the collection. So we did it. And shout out to him for sharing it.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. It's always a pleasure to see people's collections, how they read things, how they set up things.
I feel like you've been too normal this show, John.
Buck, 10,850. Vega, 12,050. And our latest edition, 350 points for Fat Tyke. What do you want?
What's up with my points?
You're at 750 points. You didn't get any points for anything else?
Yeah, yes, I did.
For what?
Last week.
What was last week?
He doesn't understand how it works. I don't think he's ever played that.
Oh, for the Jeopardy?
Yeah.
You have to win it all?
Yeah, only the winner gets it. Only one person gets it. The guy who makes it to the end gets it. Yeah.
Typical.
Let's get a question, Stanley. Please, one question with one answer, so that we can hit the sack. I'm gonna make this one worth, because we're not doing a trivia Jeopardy. I'm gonna make this question worth 1,000 points. So, one question, Johnny, please, with one answer. Appreciate you, man. Get ready, guys. The line is drawn.
You mean Stanley?
I meant Stanley. Sorry, Stanley. One question. Johnny gets me aggravated. So, what 5 characters started the? Okay, I'm not accepting this. I'm not accepting.
Iceman, Beast.
Don't say it.
What?
One question.
Jean Grey, Cyclops, and Angel. I got it. Thank you.
I got to throw the hammer down, please.
Come on, man.
No, man, I can't. One question.
Stanley.
One answer, Stanley, for tonight, and then we'll see how it goes. Just for tonight. 5 characters, 5 answers here. Like we got what? Come on, Stanley. You're killing the vibe.
What?
I will not allow it, Stanley. I'm going to draw the line again.
What character was introduced in X-Men number 12, Stanley? That's the question.
One question.
I can answer it really quick
with one answer. 1,000 points, please.
Stanley, make it something.
Wait, if you say, let me read the question first. If anyone fucking says it, I will hit end stream right fucking now. Shut it. I want the full name. What actor played the original Willy Wonka?
Gene Wilder.
He's correct.
That is correct. I guess get Stanley to say it. Hold your. So is fucking Johnny ready to spit out? My blood pressure spiked for a second. Correct. To see how things work, D-Rock? You still won in the end. You see? Things happen.
I was ready.
1,000 points to D-Rock. Are you going to double or nothing?
Stanley, if I double or nothing, give me the same X-Men question again.
No. There's no thing. I'm not accepting that. Are you doubling or nothing?
I'll double or nothing. Yeah, I'll double or nothing. Why not?
Stanley,
that's a man with big cojones. Ask him a Ninja Turtles question.
No question. No influence from the panel. One question, Stanley. One answer, please. Love you, brother.
Can I read it or you have to say it?
I'm going to read it. And when I'm done reading it, you got 7
Doesn't
seconds.
matter because there's no one competing with him, so
That's
he can.
true, but just to stay in line, because some people get confused, you know. What actress played Jane Foster in the recent Thor movies?
Ooh, that's a layup.
That's a knife.
What's with these softball questions? He
said something. He said it.
Yeah, he said it correct.
Natalie Portman. Natalie
Stanley.
Natalie Portman.
Oh my God, 2,000 points.
Layup.
Yay! I'll take that. I keep having to split, so
I had a brain fog there. I would have never got that.
Only because I just watched V for Vendetta again did I know that.
All I can hear is,
nice.
But Anakin.
Yeah.
Annie, I love
that is a serious scene, John. All right. Please show some respect.
Annie. What does he say in that scene? Johnny, help me, please.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
No. Where she's crying to him. Forget
she's just pretty much pleading like, no, stop. It's not what you think. And he's like, no, you brought Obi-Wan here. And Obi-Wan's like, what's up? And he's just like, force choke.
Ow. She says something. She's like, Annie, you're breaking my heart.
No, come on. That's a different movie. That's The Room.
Natalie, is that you? Is that you, Natalie?
Phoenix, what's going on? All right, congrats. T-Rock, 2,000 points.
Yay.
Stanley, one more for the chat.
Playing the game.
One more for the chat. 500 points. One question, one answer, please. Let's get out of here, guys. For the chat, 500 points this one.
So every time you do a line, why does it post twice? Is that because you have two different?
What is the name of Supergirl's cat? I'll tell you in a second, D-Ron.
Ooh.
For the chat.
That's actually a good question.
For the chat.
Dang.
Jesse comes out and says Streaky. Wow.
Never read Supergirl that much.
Rob came out Streaky, but it's looking like Jesse's going to be the one to get the 500 points. Our champion from 2 years ago.
Do girls give their
because
cats
the cat's
names?
fast?
Streaky the super cat. We're going to give it. Gamoya says Luna. Buddy, that's not even.
Luna Lovegood? Harry Potter?
Luna. Someone has a cat named Luna. I don't remember who, though. Jesse,
what
congratulations. 1,000 points. Sorry, 500 points. I'll get to it. 500 points. Thank you, Stanley, for your fun. Next Monday, we'll probably have an actual trivia, but we didn't like a trivia round. And that's it. 2,000 points for D-Rock and 500 for Jesse. Congrats. You were asking D-Rock, you were asking why I post twice for me? Because I stream on Twitch and YouTube. So it's both, man.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
One goes to Twitch, one goes to YouTube.
I don't know shit about streaming, so
it is what it is. All right, guys. We made it to the end. Fun little show. I like that little question period we had in the beginning. I thought that was cool. I thought that was fun.
I did too.
We're gonna do that. Try to do that every Friday, and I'll put maybe one or two of the questions in the Facebook group too. I'd like to hear your answers, guys. So yeah, we'll call it a night here. Ken, D-Rock, Johnny, Buck, and Alan. Good to see you guys. And Matt was here earlier, and hopefully we get some of the guys back on Monday and next week after the holiday. You guys all have a long weekend, so enjoy it. Everyone's out doing family stuff, and I get it. Family comes first.
Family.
Jesse says, "Give my points to Rob." Should we allow that?
No.
I can't, Jesse.
Let them fight.
Because then it starts. I want to give the points to this. I can't, Jesse. Sorry. Rob says, "Why?" Because then it just opens a can of worms that I'm not prepared to open. Because then Buck's gonna want to pass this point and that point, and I just.
If you do that, I know people. I have enemies that would want to give Vega points.
It opens up a can of worms.
Dude,
but should we open it?
Landslide.
No.
Okay, no. And it could become a very messy with chat members.
Rob doesn't even want the points, so let's.
I would give John the people's elbow. He wouldn't even see it come.
Rob's already winning, so it's fine. But no, because then if other people want to give it and stuff, it just becomes a mess. So
it's kind of funny that you didn't say yes. I want it. He's like, why?
Yeah, he said why. I know. Anyways, guys, have a good night. Appreciate you guys hanging out. All the best. Stay safe, and collect responsibly. Everyone who watched, Rob says thank you. Anyways, Jesse,
don't buy anything on Sugo Toys.
How much is that shipping?
Okay. We won't elaborate on that right now. But stay tuned to the channel. We'll have some stuff coming up this weekend and next week. Appreciate everyone who hung out with us, and appreciate everyone who's watching the replay. If you ever say that sentence again.
Good night.
Fucking last time we seen Johnny.